This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
This week's episode is brought to you by the fact that we forgot to plug our live Sydney show during the episode recording, so I'm doing that now. Come and see us on the 24th of August. There's some tickets left available. Please buy them yourself. You listening now, sir and madame. Awesome. Dave asked me to do this perfectly, and I bloody did. And also, while I'm here, I thought maybe I'll play you a very quick, what do you call this, Dave?
Introductory clip.
Introductory clip. Dave, you sound funny. For my new podcast, Primates. Here it is now. You should check that out as well.
Absolute perfection.
Welcome to Primates, a podcast about primates in popular culture, from Chimpan A all the way down to Chimpan Z. I'm Australian comedian Matt Stewart, and I'm going to be joined by great mates from around the Planet Broadcasting Network and the comedy world to talk about movies, TV shows, and other such things, featuring monkeys, great apes, and the not-so-great apes. We'll be talking about movies like Planet of the Apes, King Kong, and that one where Matt LeBlanc plays baseball with a chimp. Probably, I guess. I mean, how do you avoid a classic like that? Anyway, come check us out. Primates is the name of it, and we're right here on the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Do Go On. My name is Dave Warnke, and as always, I'm joined by Matt Stewart and Jess Perkins.
Hello.
Hi, Dave. Oh, Jess, you're so happy just before.
I wasn't I?
You were so happy. Now, Jess, before you complete that thought, I must say that as well as being joined by Matt and Jess, we are also joined by a guest this week. Hello, Naomi!
Hi!
AKA Real Bop. Has that
Bop
got
now.
anything to do with...
Is that why you're in a bad mood? Because
I'm
not.
before we went on air, we decided that Naomi is the new bop.
Well, Naomi decided that,
Okay, Naomi.
and we agreed.
Well, yeah. Thank you.
Ratified. Jess?
What?
You cool with that?
Yeah.
You've never been Bop now.
Cool.
All right, great. So, Naomi, how are you going?
I was feeling great. Now I'm feeling a little anxious about the mood in the room.
No.
Nothing in particular. I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, is it possible that I can wrench Bop back off you and give it back to Jess?
That's fine. I didn't
Okay.
want it.
Okay, great.
I just wanted the attention.
If you want to come up with your own sweet nickname, we can totally go with that.
Okay.
What do you want to be called?
Don't force it. Like something might come up through the report.
All
and
right,
you'll
if something
feel-
comes up and you're like, that's what I want to be
you
called.
gotta follow your heart. You
Okay.
can't just force it.
Yeah, thank you. I was feeling a bit
What
stressed
about
out.
the
Yeah.
forceps? Because it sounded like forceps, which Jess said, and I don't have a good imagination.
It's Naomi's choice to make.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing shit against the wall.
Okay, was that what you want to be called?
Yes.
All right, great. Forceps it is.
Oh, that is a terrible nickname.
No, but
What
that's
does
what
it
he
mean?
chose. That's what he chose.
Is it the thing that grips? It's like tongs for babies, isn't it?
Yeah, it reminded me of childbirth when you said it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
But not
Have you
when
given-
anyone
So do
else. Yeah.
That's I'm a childish man.
You're like a big hairy baby.
Sure am. Goo goo gaga. Wow, I fumbled on goo goo gaga, which is embarrassing.
It's okay.
Well, it
you
would
haven't
be.
formed those skills yet.
Classic forceps.
Yeah.
That is the classic forceps that we all know and some of us love.
I love it. Forceps sounds powerful.
Yeah, it does. Not,
Gripping.
Not like 3 seps. Ugh.
Ugh.
Give me 4 of them.
Yeah. Oh, I get it now.
Oh, gee. But you went with it anyway. I appreciate that.
No, I mean, I get is that why they're forceps? Anyway, so Dave, do you want to explain the show?
Now, Naomi, I hope you know what the show is about because you are an
No idea.
integral
Blank
part of
slate.
it this week. But just to remind you, hopefully, this show is all about listener-suggested, often topics, but maybe not this week because you are reporting, where one of us gives a report on a topic and the other people in the room aren't aware of what the topic is going to be. And
God, it is tedious to explain it, isn't it?
we're very excited to have you on now. I mean, we've been talking about having you on as a guest for a long time, and you've been joking about a possible topic that you wanted us to do for a while. So I'm interested to see if you have brought that topic in or if you've gone with something else.
Look, I've not done Flavor Flav.
I thought it was going to be Flavor Flav.
Yeah. For a long time, she was hassling us on Twitter.
I was
I
doing
put it up
it.
for the vote one
It's in the
time,
hat.
and
Did you really?
Yeah.
It did not get the votes.
Did not poll well.
Yeah. My friend bought me the autobiography of Flavor Flav.
Oh.
And I started reading it in the eventual case that you would ask me to be on the show, and I'd be like, ha,
Great.
I have all the knowledge.
Yeah.
And then it was about him putting thumbtacks on his teacher's chair, and she's like, ha, her ass sat on him, and she was so mad, ha, and I was like, I have to stop.
Oh,
Yeah, good call.
I can't do that.
That's
Why?
good writing.
Well, why in the first place did your friend give you the autobiography? Had you expressed interest in Flavor Flav previously for them to be like, I've got the perfect gift?
Yeah, he was my housemate, and we watched the first 2 seasons of Flavor of Love, which was his reality show like The Bachelor. But
Oh
it
my
stars
God.
him.
I did not know that existed.
And there's 3 seasons of it.
Yes.
And I couldn't. So season 1, he ended up with a woman who then later dated Shaq, and then
Sure.
and then he went back again, and then he chose a woman who I think was actually in love with him. So I couldn't watch the 3rd season
What?
because I was like, this is just for the
Oh,
ratings
so it didn't
now.
work
This isn't
out.
for love.
Oh.
Well, there were 3 seasons of it. Like he chose
Yeah.
someone at the end of every season.
Yeah, when it's
It's not like it's the
guy.
same Bachelor
that's right.
every
It's
time.
The Bachelor every time, the same person.
That's
Oh,
sad.
What was his catchphrase or whatever? Did like instead of a rose or
was it a clock around the neck?
Yeah. He
Will you
would
accept
give
this
them all-
clock?
Yeah, he would literally give them
Oh
all
my
a clock
God, I was
around their neck.
mucking around. I was mucking
it
around.
had to be.
That is good writing.
Like a full-size clock. And he gave them all nicknames at the start of it because he just wouldn't learn their real
he couldn't
names.
remember their name.
Yeah,
But he could remember nicknames
Yeah, well, then
because they're
into, like,
short.
Red hair.
Or Hoops was short.
Yeah.
She won season 1, and then Delicious won season 2.
Ew, oh, don't
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was. I don't think I could watch it now.
I mean, how is Delicious easier to remember than Sarah?
Delicious is also just gross. What a
Yeah.
strange thing to call someone.
oh,
Yeah.
it was.
Hey,
the show was
Delicious.
very gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how does that an easy? Yeah, how's that an easy thing to remember? And Hoops, was she like wearing?
She
big
liked
earrings?
basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Again, she ended up dating Shaq.
She did like basketball.
Yeah, she loved it. Climb that ladder.
And Delicious, she
Was a foodie.
foodie. Great.
Yeah.
I would have called her foodie.
Instead of saying, "Will you accept this rose?" I'm pretty sure he said, "You know what time it is." And
Oh,
then he put the clock around
fuck
their neck.
off.
He's
And-
a
Full
nightmare.
time.
So if you didn't get it, was it like you don't know what time it is?
Oh shit! I
then
can't
they-
remember.
they come
I
out
think
The
and
he
say-
might
clock
have-
has stopped.
I'm afraid
Your time is up.
Yeah, that's better.
No,
That's-
that would have been
yeah,
that would have made far too
that's
much sense.
way too good for the show.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, so,
so Naomi,
we've
do you have
ended
a-
up doing an episode on Flavor Flav anyway. So
Well,
Mini-
I've
that's a
done a mini
mini-sode.
report there.
Yeah, that's great.
Do you
I
have
still
a-
have no idea who Flavor Flav is.
Oh, he's one half of Public Enemy.
Got it.
hype man, basically.
Oh, I love a hype man.
Woo woo.
Yeah, great. I'm like that for this podcast
Yeah.
in many ways. In others, not at all. What Matt was trying to get at, Naomi, is do you have a question to get us onto the topic?
I do.
That's unlike me, so you're already doing better.
Thank you. I learned from your mistakes. The question is, what movie had a billboard running to advertise it in LA for 5 years?
Oh. Oh.
5 years.
That's too long, I reckon, because by that time, I reckon they've probably seen it on VHS.
Yeah, what's a movie that could be out that long?
Avatar was in the cinemas for a long time.
No.
But not 5 years,
E.T.?
David.
No, Titanic was also in the cinema for a
Is
long
it
time.
Titanic?
No.
E.T.
That would be funny, though,
It's
because
some-
you've already
is it
done
a-
an episode on Titanic.
Is it a big movie? Popular?
I think I know what it is. Is
Okay.
it The Room?
It is.
Oh, shit.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah,
Look,
baby.
honestly, I didn't know that fact about The Room, but it's the only film that's ridiculous enough and someone's bankrolling it enough that they would have a billboard up for 5 years for
That's
it.
great.
Absolutely.
I have
Did they
not
just...
seen.
Yeah, me either.
Have you seen it?
I
Ed?
have seen The Room.
I haven't seen it or Disaster Artist.
No, I've been meaning to watch The Room, though.
Yes, same. I came out of a radio spot a couple of weeks ago, and the guy, like the main one of the main actors, not David Wiseau or whatever his name is,
Greg
Tommy.
Sestero.
Garrick Sastro was coming in.
Garrig Sestero.
Yeah, is that him?
Greg.
Garrick. I think his name's Garrick.
I reckon say it's so weird. Greg. Ugh. Greg.
Do they say is Greg Craig over there?
No, that's
No,
Craig.
that's Craig.
No,
Greg is still Greg.
Yeah, that's Craig,
Yeah.
as you would say.
A wild
Correct.
place. I've got to go back
It is
there.
wild.
and-
So, but did you cross paths with that guy? Did you?
Well, I mean, sure, I touched him on the knee. Oh, was that off air?
Yeah.
I was up
great.
there.
Great. Well, that's fun still.
Yeah, they'll forever wonder what we were doing before the show started.
We were touching knees.
Well, no,
Jess
they
was
will.
trying.
I was touching knees.
All right, I'm really excited because it is a crazy film. Obviously, are you a big fan, Naomi, of the film?
I'm a huge fan.
Great.
Yes. Of the film and the book. It's my favourite book.
And the movie remake doco mockumentary.
That's really good too. Yeah, it's a movie.
Movie. Let's call it.
It's a movie, Matt.
You were really panicking there, weren't you?
Yeah. You know
does
what
that.
we're like? We're always panicking. It's a very funny thing to say.
I'm going to sue you.
I'll begin.
Yes, please.
The Room.
This
now,
is cool.
I wrote this, so I re-listened to the audiobook it's my favorite book to make notes. So some of this is just me writing. So
So is the book
don't fact check me, bitch.
is the book what the Disaster Artist was based on? So when you say
the book is called The Disaster Artist.
oh,
yes.
that is actually what it's called, right?
Yeah, and the movie was based on the book. Yeah.
Right, okay, cool.
Cool. Okay, I begin.
Please.
I don't know how these things go. Whatever. So, The Room is a cult movie that's so bad it's good. It has been dubbed the Citizen Kane of bad movies. The movie stars a man who also wrote, directed, produced, and executive produced the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm the producer and executive producer and junior.
What is the
Associate
difference?
producer.
I think executive producer
That's the
has the
top
money.
dog.
Right. But then what do producers do?
everything.
Right.
I used to ask that question. They do everything. They organize locations.
There's also people, yeah, but
casting,
people are
everything.
also, I believe in film, money-based producers as well. So they help put up the
Oh,
money.
yes. Yep.
Are you? Do you have a producer credit on your new show?
God, no. I panicked enough just acting in it and writing it. It's imagine if I had any responsibilities. I'd kill myself. Since he's such a mysterious man, this story basically has to be told through his best friend, Greg Sestero. Sorry, Garrick.
Greg. Matt,
Greg.
do you want to have a go?
Craig.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Greg first encountered Tommy in an acting class in San Francisco. Did I say his name? Tommy Wiseau is the man's name, the star.
The producer / executive producer.
/star/writer.
Yes. / director.
/director. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Tommy.
/ caterer.
Mr. Wiseau.
Yeah, did he? Was there anything he didn't do?
He was also.
There's a lot of things he didn't do.
What?
I'll get to it.
Okay.
He was the best boy. What do they do?
Also the worst boy.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Best
the best
boy,
boy
I forget.
does.
Are they the same as a gaffer?
Gaffer's the lighting and stuff, right?
I think the gaffer just carries stuff.
I think that's what best boys do.
No, I'm pretty sure, no, a
Googling
gaffer
it.
is to do with lights. Yeah.
Don't tell me the answer to the question I asked.
Uh-oh.
How dare you?
God, I hate men.
Yeah, I've got another one now.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm such an expert on best boys. Been one my whole life.
Yeah, you're the best boy.
That's true. I agree.
Jess is on screen. She's not too fussed about what people are doing behind
Oh, I
the scenes.
don't deal with the crew.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, you're talking about the talent.
Yes.
I'm like, don't look at me.
Don't touch my knee.
I love that song that you do on set.
Thank you. This is like the first day I sit everyone down and I sing this introductory song. So we're all on the same page, you know? Don't look at me. Don't touch my knee.
a list
I
of
expect
things.
coffee for free.
Me it is.
And normally everyone's crying with because it's a beautiful moment.
It's very moving.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe she's not so bad after all. And then I fire 6 of them on the spot as a power play.
Yeah. That is
great.
powerful.
And I rehire them back 3 months later at half the pay.
3 months later, when the film is complete.
Yeah,
And they have another job.
Then I get him fired from that job. I give him half the pay to work on my
And
film.
you're just whispering, please come back. I'll pay you half. It's a weird system, but I love how
But
you
it
make it work. I love how you
works.
make it work.
I'm the Mariah of film. I'm so
Karen?
sorry, Naomi. Please go on.
Thank you so much.
What does that mean, Mariah?
Yeah, like a diva.
Okay, I got it.
Oh my God.
You got to stay which Mariah you're talking about. There's so many.
Yeah. All right. Look, to be honest, I'm struggling to think of another one, but there's got to be.
Just let Naomi go on, I reckon.
I'm already so worried about the amount of words I have written down.
You'll be fine. It still doesn't compare to a Warnocky report.
Well, I don't know. We haven't seen how many words you've got there.
That's a lot. It's my passion. Don't judge me. Okay. So Greg first encountered Tommy at an acting class in San Francisco in 1998 when Greg was 20. And Tommy walked onto the stage looking like a pirate, according to Greg. He has a description here. Half comic book character, half hair metal icon. He wore black pants, an ostentatious studded belt, and gleamingly pearlescent button-down shirt.
Oh, gleamingly pearlescent.
Your words?
Yes.
That's the name of my autobiography.
I'd like to embellish. He swung a chair around and straddled it and then started performing a Shakespeare sonnet.
Yes.
He had a thick, not quite French accent and used the wrong tone for every single word. Mumbling and shouting. Their teacher stopped him halfway through to tell him what he was doing wrong, and he got into a huge fight with her. Greg was impressed with his fearlessness and afterwards asked him if he'd like to do a scene together.
Okay, so Greg's an idiot as well.
Yeah, because you've seen that and been like, I need to work with that guy.
Yeah. This guy is going to be my best friend.
It's a beautiful story, I suppose.
It's much like when I first saw you do stand-up, Naomi, except that you were talented and didn't fight anyone.
Good save.
Yeah, but you put the wrong tone on every word.
Yeah.
Very funny, but
She
it
was
sounded
shouting
awful.
a lot, yeah.
Sounded awful.
Should we explain who you are, Naomi? I don't know if we did that really as way of introduction.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Okay.
Comedian,
Naomi Higgins
writer,
is a comedian.
TV maker,
All right.
friend, foe, new Bob.
In that order.
When did you first meet?
At a gig at Monash University.
It was my third ever gig.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That would have been like 2015?
Yeah, it was 2015. Jess was there, and she was so funny.
Classic Jess.
Classic Jess.
It's back when I was funny. And friends ever since.
Yeah.
And you're now, so your show's going to be on the ABC TV.
Well, I have a pilot.
Your
Let's
pilot
be
show.
clear. Not a TV show at all. Making a pilot at the moment. It's just being edited. I haven't seen any of it.
But
So
it's a show.
if my
on-
acting is terrible,
Oh, yeah, it might just not make it.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You'll get cut.
I'll get
Let's
cut.
still somehow make a story out
Yeah.
of it.
I made myself the main character.
They
But I'm willing
you.
to cut myself out.
The executive producer's got some bad news for you now.
It's me. And I'm cut. Yeah, Matt Stewart's in it. For a hot sec.
Yeah, what a bloody pleasure that was.
Wow, you look genuinely confused there, Matt. Do you
you
remember this
forget?
happening?
He does so much acting work. It all kind of blends into one for him.
Yeah, no, it was a real honour to work with the likes of Naomi Higgins et al.
Upper
And,
echelon stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was great. I got to be a farmer, my true calling.
Yeah.
Someone tweeted me earlier today, said that I look like a nerd, but I'm not a nerd. And they said it's like a compliment. What do you think about that?
I think this was a weird place to stop it.
I told someone told me that I am a nerd, but I don't look like a nerd, and I thought that was much better than
We
what
should
you-
we should switch. Yeah, you've got all the worst things about a nerd, none of the good stuff, like knowledge and,
Yeah,
abilities.
brutal.
Anyway, it's good to find out on the internet. Won't be going on there again. Sorry to interrupt you, Naomi. I
Please.
just wanted people to know
Yeah,
who,
you're right.
who
We
we're
should've-
bloody dealing with here.
We should have done that at the start.
And yeah, we really have butchered this.
Yep, we fucked.
Was there one big
okay.
shot with Nene? As does that?
Stop talking.
Okay.
Naomi, go on.
I'd just like to point out that I'm not stopping you at Nene for a nickname. Thank you so much.
All right, we will continue to throw them at you, though.
Great, please. So even though he had a thick, somewhat European accent, when asked where he was from, Tommy would just say he's American.
Okay.
Just something to point out. They became friends and pushed each other to strive towards their goals, and once took a spontaneous trip to the place where James Dean died,
Oh,
an actor they both admired.
that's fun.
Greg told Tommy he wanted to move to LA to pursue acting further, and Tommy told him he rents a place in LA that Greg is welcome to stay at for very cheap rent. So Greg went to stay in Tommy's apartment and got an agent. Tommy would be obsessive about Greg, often asking him what auditions he was doing, among other things. Greg's friend then took him to see a movie called The Talented Mr. Ripley, which is about one man becoming obsessed with the other. Spoiler alert for the movie. The obsessive man kills the other one at the end. And Greg immediately recognized Matt Damon's obsessive character as Tommy. He then took Tommy to see the movie, wondering if Tommy would recognize himself in Matt Damon. Tommy did not, but was captivated by the film and was inspired to write his own movie or play.
You got the wrong inspiration there. So what did you think of the film? It was great. I loved that Matt Damon guy.
I love
be more like him.
this film idea. I'm going to make one. How long have these been around?
Oh, no. Tommy, is this the first film you've ever seen?
He's just yelling Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah, just no, he's great.
I love that Shakespeare quote. Ah!
Beautiful.
God, what a wordsmith.
You've butchered it though, Matt, to
Oh.
be honest.
Yeah.
I hit it wrong.
Yeah, wrong tone on the wrong...
Ah.
Yeah, there it
Better.
is.
Yes.
You're getting it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's why I got you. Tommy eventually moved into his apartment with Greg and put up black curtains in the lounge room, which is where he slept, staying up all hours of the night, playing and repeating tapes to help him with his English accent, saying the same sentence
Oh my
over
God.
and over for over an hour.
Do you know what the sentence was?
It was something like, "Is that what you think, do you?" Or something like that.
Amazing.
It didn't quite make sense.
Nothing that you even need to be able to say.
No.
Is that what you think, do?
Yeah. Greg
So
said
where
he
is
stopped
he
counting at
actually
80
from?
times. I'll get to that.
Oh, exciting.
Oh, hello.
Bit of a mystery. Bit of sizzle.
Eventually, Tommy finished a novel called The Room and presented it to Greg.
I think to say eventually he finished the sentence. Is that what you think, do you? John.
Big finish.
80 times.
And it all comes back together. It's one of those great sentences where you don't know where they're going till the end, and then it's like, oh, yes. John, it was John all along.
Amazing.
All
What
that
about-
work, it was worth it.
Nahai.
What?
Nickname, Nahai.
Nay high.
On what? Why?
What does that mean?
I've taken some letters out of your names. Haven't I?
Whose name?
What's your name again?
Higgins
Nay high.
is what you're going for
Yeah,
there. Okay.
H-I.
Yeah, no, I get
Okay.
it now, but it's stupid.
Sounds a bit like
Okay.
yay high. How big
Yeah,
were they?
that was what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Nahai.
That sounds
Naomi-
like an insult because I'm short.
Please allow me to veto this one on your behalf.
Thank you so much.
Keep them coming, man.
This is my production assistant.
Yeah. Well, great. An assistant. I don't think it to be a fucking producer.
/ producer, maybe.
Yeah.
Now, so you just said, so he completed a novel. So he wasn't writing a script. Was he writing a novel?
Well, it's not clear
First?
because I think it did say it was a play, but then it will be like, opens with a panning shot of San Francisco.
That's the best. Tommy, how are we going to do that in this 45-seat theatre? I don't know. The director will do something.
Which
You're
is
the
me.
director.
Pan San Francisco.
That's so good.
It's written very clearly.
Yeah. Good on him.
Yeah.
It was 540 pages long.
That's too many.
Whoa.
It's also the length of my report.
What a coincidence.
God, she's true to her form. I love it.
Thank you. All right, whatever. It was about an all-American man, Johnny, who has a best friend named Mark. He has a beautiful girlfriend named Lisa, and Lisa and Mark have an affair. Tommy would play Johnny, a man who is perfect but consistently being wronged. Tommy
He's perfect.
He really is. Tommy wanted Greg to play Mark, but Greg was insistent that he stay behind the camera since he didn't want to be seen in the movie. It's worth noting here that Greg believes that when Tommy named the character Mark, he was misremembering Matt, as in Matt Damon. So Tommy saw Greg as the Matt Damon character in The Talented Mr. Ripley.
I love that Mark Damon.
Oh my God. He's incredible.
Oh, we've only just begun. They started pre-production with Greg helping out. From here, Tommy talked about the producers when explaining any weird decisions he'd made. This is what the producers want, etc. The truth here is that there were no producers. Tommy was financing the film himself. He had a lot of money and didn't like to talk about how he got it.
Okay. Yep. That's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's a producer right there.
If I had
They all do.
heaps of money, I'd also finance films of my own.
Yeah.
I reckon I would too.
But I would pay very talented other people to make me look good. You know what I mean?
I guess the thing with Tommy is that he is talented, so he didn't need to pay other people.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you waste the money?
When do you get to the bit where he's talented? Is that coming
Okay,
up?
wow.
Because so far he's just yelled some Shakespeare for a bit.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry, I forgot that bit.
But he's also practiced one sentence, remember?
Yes.
So,
He straddled a chair.
yeah, like a
I love
cool
that
English
confidence.
teacher. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I've lost my place. I'm so sorry. Okay. Tommy bought 2 cameras, one 35mm and one HD. This was strange for 2 reasons. One, no one, even huge production companies, ever bought cameras. Everyone rents them. But he decided to buy.
Sure.
The other thing is that you don't shoot in HD and 35mm. You just shoot in one because
Yeah, you don't do
They're
two different
different.
ones. Yeah.
But Tommy insisted, so they had to make a rig that had the 2 cameras sit next to each other, shooting on both of them simultaneously with 2 lighting systems and 2 crews.
That's smart. So he was, in a lot of ways, thinking outside the box.
Well, yeah, people were like, no one does this. And he's like, then we'll be the first.
That is it genius or is it the opposite of genius?
I think it's always a fine line with genius,
It is.
isn't it?
It really is. Too early to call at this
Yeah,
stage.
yeah. We need more information.
Yeah. I reckon generations will pass before we know for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm leaning towards genius.
Yeah, me too. Dave,
Taking an early punt.
what are you leaning towards?
Well, I did skip a YouTube ad today that was Hans Zimmer talking about his masterclass that he's selling. And it said the only way if you see a rule, you got to break that rule because that's the only way that any form can move forward.
Breaking rules.
Yeah. And that's what Tommy's doing. So I think genius. Wow. Put it to Hans Zimmer.
We've called it early.
It's 4 votes for genius.
Yep. Great. Well, we're all on the same page. That's great.
Let's see how this works out.
I think positively.
You're going to love this guy. Okay, here we go. Genius? Let's read this next paragraph.
Oh, God.
The auditioning process was bizarre. There was a bed in the audition room.
Always good.
Okay.
Actresses would come in, and once they found out that Tommy would be playing the male lead, most left.
Oh.
When he was auditioning, he would yell stuff at them like, your sister just became lesbian, or your mother just died,
Yes, good.
to see how they
How
react.
does he know those things?
Is that why most of them were leaving? Because you hear that kind of news,
Yeah.
you need to
do you mean
be
your
with your family.
Your sister became lesbian. Like she chose. So ignorant, Tommy.
It's not changing. I think it just happens over time.
Yeah.
You know.
And he's like, oh, well, whoop, there it is. That's really,
But I don't have a sister.
yeah.
I do. I do have
You
a
do.
sister.
Did she become lesbian?
Yes, very recently. So
Congratulations.
this is kind of blowing my mind. He is a genius. I don't know how
Maybe
he
it
knew
was
that.
like a work test, and if you had to
Yeah.
behave positively, and if you
Oh.
said you were sad about it, then he's like, "Get out!"
Yeah, great. He's pretty woke.
Woke test.
That's why he has a bed and yells at him.
Yeah, have you explained the bed yet? Or do I not want to ask?
He would make the women make out with him because the movie would have sex scenes. So basically, the only women who were in the room were the women who didn't quit.
So you're looking at some very strong
Hardworking.
people,
Yeah.
right? To put up with him.
strong-willed, yeah.
Strong-willed people to put up with him.
Tolerant. Yes.
Yeah, people who really wanted to make it.
Wow.
He's a good dude.
Oh,
worry.
I was reading it the other way.
Matt, don't give up on the guy you called a genius seconds ago.
It's true. I'm sticking fat.
Okay, a woman called Juliette Danielle was initially cast in the role of Michelle, Lisa's best friend.
It's a bit of a silly name, isn't it?
one?
Juliette Danielle,
Yeah. Which one's your first name?
first one.
Yeah, but
Yes.
Juliet
Yes.
Danielle's
That's a
not
good rule of thumb.
Danielle's not a surname.
No.
It's another first name. Anyway,
Yeah.
she should have changed that as a stage name.
I imagine that is her stage name.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
think on
her
their Wikipedia page there were 3 names.
Oh, so unbelievable.
Someone's probably already registered in the Screen Actors Guild her real name, so she had to go with
Fine,
Juliet
fine.
Danielle.
Sorry that I'm the only one outraged by this stupid name.
As a person with 2 first names, I think that's fine. I think people can do that if they want to. Say la vie, you know what I mean? Just like that Irish group sang once upon a time?
Bewitched.
Thank you.
C'est la vie. God, it's a good song. Then it goes into like a fiddle solo. It's very good. Anyway, please continue.
The woman cast as Lisa, the lead, wasn't right for the part. She was supposed to be an all-American girl, but had a very thick foreign accent. So Juliet ended up being cast as Lisa. So the role of Michelle was then recast to a woman called Brianna Tate. One of the oldest members of the cast was Philip Haldeman, who played Denny, the youngest character in the script.
Yes.
And Denny was kind of this like son figure for Johnny, but it wasn't really ever clear who he was. He just kind of lived in the same building and would just show up unannounced to their house all the time.
Great.
So this made him walking in on Johnny and Lisa's pillow fights and trying to join in creepy and not sweet, as Tommy had probably intended.
Like, why is he in the bedroom?
Yeah, he just
Also-
followed them up there and he was like, ha 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 ha, with a pillow.
Is a pillow fight a euphemism or they're actually adults having a pillow fight?
Oh, there's no euphemisms in this film.
No.
No, I'm just saying,
euphemism.
like, why is there a pillow fight in the film?
I think it was supposed to be foreplay.
Cute.
Yeah.
Works for me.
And then they were like, please leave. Oh, Danny. Oh, well. The character of Mark was given to a man called Don, who Tommy didn't like very much.
Good, so give him the role.
Before shooting started, Tommy offered Greg a lot of money to play Mark. Greg mentioned that Don probably wouldn't be happy, but Tommy said they just wouldn't tell him and would just shoot the scenes twice. Using the excuse that the producers wanted to see Greg for something else.
But they wanted to see Greg in every scene.
Oh, that's incredible.
So they just reshoot scenes with Greg. And I think, I don't have it written down, but at some point Don was like, what's going on?
Oh, that's so good. It'd be really good if it took Don a really long time to figure it out too. Like, I think we'd probably twig pretty quickly, but I'd like to imagine it was like the last day and he's like, hang on a second. Or 6 months later.
Yeah, at the premiere.
Hey.
He's like, hang on.
He watches the whole thing. He's like, that was great.
That was great.
Wait a
but
second.
Where was
That wasn't me.
where were my lines? I got cut.
But my lines remained.
How did this happen?
The lines, they remain.
But the Don, he is gone. Don talks about himself in third person.
Yeah, that's
Why
why
I got cut.
they couldn't tell the Don that he was cut.
Okay, on the first day of filming, Tommy was 4 hours late to set.
Yep.
After 2 hours, Greg went to his house to go get him and found him inside dyeing his hair black. His hair's always black, by the way. I think he's just doing his roots. I don't know.
Sure.
Just mid-dye in his hair. When they finally got to set, Tommy started yelling at the crew for not being ready. He ended up being about 4 hours late every single day.
Oh, my God.
He dyes hair every day.
Not every day.
4 hours is so long.
It's a really long time.
That's a huge amount of time.
I think
What could you be doing in that time? I can't think of something that would take me 4 hours. A nap? Ugh, it's not a nap. That's a sleep at that point.
I reckon what he was doing was not giving a fuck.
Yeah, like a rad dude.
I like that you think he woke up on time and then it's like, now I'll have a nap rather than slept in.
Yeah. I assume he woke up with plenty of time to get to work early. And then just went about some other activities.
I just love that he's 4 hours late every day, but he doesn't think to reschedule the time to be.
Yeah, just,
I would have started at 12 every day. No. I'm paying you to be there from 8.
yeah.
Well, yeah, and everyone had to be there from 8,
Just in
including all
case
the
he-
cast,
in case
even
he
if they
turned
weren't
up?
in the scene. Yeah.
Even if you're not in the scene.
And I think only the costuming girl, if my memory's right, would just show up late as well. She was the only one who like sort of got the hang of it and just like was just like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'd turn up whenever. I'd wake up on time.
I don't think you'd go, Jess.
Yeah, I shouldn't go.
Are any of the other actors and whoever like talented? Would they be, or are they sort of pretty desperate for work? So they were.
I
happy to
think
take-
everyone's desperate for work in LA.
Right.
And this
How
is
many-
a feature film.
Yes.
So
How many
I can't
Academy
imagine-
Award nominees
3?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Low number.
there were nominees and it was a high quality crew cast.
That was a joke by me.
That Naomi picked up on and went with. She yes-anded.
Yeah, no,
If you will.
If you roll back the tape, you'll notice that I was continuing to do that as well.
Oh, okay. None of us knew.
Yeah.
That's how good you are, and I'm going to present you with an Academy Award nomination.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, everyone. We did it.
We did it. It's our first feature.
Thank you so much.
Good. The set was not a great environment.
Interesting.
Tommy had his own private toilet installed in the studio,
Like the Queen.
but they put up a curtain instead of a door.
What the fuck? He's the strangest person ever.
And there was a toilet
Like the
right
Queen.
nearby.
Yeah, much like the Queen.
Classic Queen.
She's always putting up toilets and no doors.
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Because he wanted to feel important, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Not
he put
important
a
enough
curtain
for
up.
a door.
Well, how important do you feel when you're going to the toilet and at any moment people could bust in? Pretty important, I guess.
Or a light breeze could reveal everything.
I think I'm confusing the feeling of extreme anxiety with the feeling of importance. Wow.
But they're both a big rush. I think you'll admit that.
True.
For sure.
It's a risk.
Incredible.
Tommy refused to pay for air conditioning, so the studio was always too hot, and he also refused to pay for water for the cast and crew. The cast and crew eventually got into a fight with him about it, and he threw a water bottle at Brianna's head,
Good. Yep.
girl playing Michelle, saying, "Nobody in Hollywood will give you water."
Is that true?
I think literally anyone in Hollywood would you would get water.
Something he fundamentally misunderstood.
I mean,
Yeah.
he bought 2 cameras. He
But
can
he
afford
wouldn't buy
water.
water.
And as he said it, he was giving her water in a very violent way, sure, but
He did do it.
yeah.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
That's, yeah.
I'm not giving you water as I throw a water bottle at you.
Yeah, generally he was really tight with his money, but unless he wanted to spend it, I suppose.
On a toilet
On a toilet,
that
but not
only
water.
he can use.
Maybe the curtain makes more sense. Like,
Cost-wise.
it's weird that he was, so he'd be weird with money. I want this. I'll spend a lot, but then cheap out on this weird last detail. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That is real fun.
I wonder what catering was like.
Yeah, I don't have that information.
Probably minimal, we
Yeah.
can assume.
I think there
As
were
he
times
throw
when
a sausage roll at your head.
I was gonna say sausage roll. I was gonna say one sausage roll for all of you.
I reckon that feels right.
Look at us.
If both of us think that, then it's true. That's how history works.
Dave, what were you thinking? Actually, to be completely honest, originally I thought pasty, and that's because I don't eat meat.
Why do
But-
you lie?
No,
No!
I've never felt more
You just
betrayed.
faked that big moment.
can I finish a sentence?
No. I was thinking chicken roasts.
Chicken roasts.
Like he was putting on massive meals, but he just wouldn't give you water.
Right.
It seems like something he would do.
No, but he's giving you really salty food, so they're all very thirsty, but he won't give them water.
He's also giving them laxatives, but then they can't use the toilet. He's a control freak.
It's a power play. Everything's a power play with him.
Directors.
Oh, what are they like?
So after he threw a water bottle at Brianna's head, Brianna and several other cast members quit. Michelle was then recast as a third woman, Robin Paris. Carolyn Minot, who played Lisa's mother, ended up fainting at one point because of the heat and the lack of water.
Jesus.
Right. So these people have quit.
She didn't quit.
No, but so some people have quit. Like, are they actors? Sorry, you said.
Some of the actors quit, yeah.
Oh dear. Do you have to refilm their bits as well?
I mean, he already was refilming them, to be honest.
He's got backups for every role just in case.
She's just got Greg playing every
I was
role.
going to say he's got himself playing everyone. God, we're so in sync here today, guys.
Almost exactly the same thing.
I was
but not
thinking that a
quite.
sausage roll would play something.
Oh my God. Call back.
It's 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, remember that? Guys?
I don't. I was just thinking about sausage rolls.
I'm always thinking about sausage rolls.
Not pasties?
Bastards.
You're a complicated person, Bob.
I really am. I like to keep you guessing.
The crew would build sets such as an alleyway, as Tommy was on set using as Tommy was set on using Hollywood production techniques instead of just filming in an alleyway that was right nearby.
Incredible.
They built the alleyway in an alleyway. Just
They
like
put
an
up
inch.
fake brick.
It's all an inch out from the
They just brick over brick.
So they're doing it in Hollywood, baby.
Tommy would often change his mind, meaning the crew would break down sets only to have to rebuild them the same way the next day.
Oh,
Oh,
he sounds like a nightmare.
a nightmare, but also you're getting paid, I imagine. So you're like, well,
He was tight with the checks.
oh,
They
okay.
often had to complain to get paid.
Oh, okay.
Why would you stick around? Why?
Like,
For the fun of it.
people in Hollywood seem pretty desperate.
Yeah, I'd be losing confidence in the quality of the end product as we went along as well.
Oh, yeah.
Or are they thinking he's a genius who works in mysterious ways?
No.
No.
I think a lot of people thought this would never be finished.
Right.
Yeah. Or never see the light of day.
Yeah.
Yet here we are.
Here we are. Talking about it on a bloody podcast.
He's made it.
He'll hear this. I reckon he's got Google alerts on himself for sure.
Oh, absolutely. He
Yeah.
does. Hey, Tommy.
Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
What do you think of pasties? Yum.
For the many rooftop scenes in the movie, the crew built a rooftop set with styrofoam and a green screen behind it in a parking lot. There was a little shed that kind of looked like an outhouse that was supposed to be the entrance to the roof, but it doesn't make physical sense, and characters basically just appear from nowhere. So it was basically like a tiny shed, and they just kind of have to stand in one corner of it and sort of bend down and then just pretend they're coming upstairs as they come to the door.
I know what you're talking about, and I can picture that, and I never realised, but yeah, it doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
that they're coming from something so tiny.
Like a little shed.
Yeah.
Wait, so you did see it?
No, I've just seen, like, in all the previews for the Disaster Artist, I know the scene you're talking
right.
about.
Well, let me talk about it. Tommy had to do a scene where he emerged from the shed, walked out onto the roof, and said, "I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not." Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
To Mark, who was on the roof. He couldn't get his blocking. He couldn't stop at the right spot. He couldn't remember his lines.
That he wrote.
He wrote the whole thing. He couldn't look at Mark when he was supposed to be saying hi to him. This went on for hours until Greg gave Tommy a bottle of water and said, "Show some emotion." At which Tommy was like, "Yes, that's why I have you around."
Water really brings emotion out in this guy too.
Oh, hi, Mark.
In Tommy's next take, he hit his head so hard on the shed that it took 20 minutes to ice and cover up with makeup.
Holy shit.
They eventually got the shot, which took 3 hours and 32 takes. It's 7 seconds long and was the second day of filming.
Fuck.
And if you watch it, it's still not good. It's terrible.
Terrible.
And that was the best one.
That was the best one after 3 hours.
That's amazing.
Oh, hi, Mark.
One of the best performances in the room is said to be that of the drug dealer called Chris R., played by Dan Janjigian.
Dan Janjigian.
I've not pronounced that correctly.
There was an no in there as well.
Dan, oh no, Janjigian.
Janjigian.
It's a great name.
That's a great name.
I hope you're pronouncing it right.
I
love
don't
it.
care. I hope that's what we're calling him.
Dan Jan.
Dan Janjigian. Ah,
Best performance. Has he gone on to other things?
captivating.
Well,
The
he-
name rings a bell.
We all know it.
Wasn't he in The Lion King?
Yes.
First movie I could
Simba.
think of was The Lion King.
Just voice acting in that one.
Yeah.
Still important. I'm not knocking voice acting.
In an animated film, yeah, I would say it's pretty important. What's he playing the body of Pumbaa, is he? Oh, okay. He's drawn. They drew Pumbaa. There, I said it.
Oh, I'm glad someone said that because that was the elephant in the room.
There.
Was Pumbaa drawn? Yes, he bloody was.
He was. I'm sorry. He was.
Thank you.
Convincingly, yes.
Sorry, Higgo.
Pig dog.
Hig dog, like pig dog.
Oh. That's me.
That's not a great one.
Hey, Matt took that to a mean place. I was thinking like hot dog.
Like
I like that.
Hot dog.
No, hot dogs, like the guy from Big Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Was that with a Z?
You like hot dogs?
Yes.
What a cool dude.
No, I like being called hot dogs as an homage to hot dogs. I don't like hot dogs.
Great.
I hate hot dogs.
Working title. Working nickname.
As an homage. One of Matt's favourite words.
Hot dogs Higgins. That's pretty fun.
I didn't say Higgins.
I'm hyphenating it. But it's up to you. Okay? I can only do what I can do.
All right.
I'm the name whisperer.
It has a certain,
Oh,
how
do
you say?
What about a hot dog Janjigian?
Oh, there it is.
I think we've got it.
There it is.
Clocking off.
Bye, everybody. Hot dog Janjigian
Hot dog Janjigian is here when you
in the
arrive.
house.
That's good nicknaming.
Please, welcome to the stage. Hot dog Janjigian. That's how I'm gonna introduce
Presenting
you.
the gold logie.
Yes.
Hot dog Janjigia.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
God,
You
yes.
can see it in lights.
You're going to be on the cover of upwards of 3 magazines.
Wow. TV Week.
Watch out. Oh, that's what I was.
New idea. See?
Get out of my head.
See, it's happening.
I was going to say TV Weekly because I forgot the name. But
Hunter and Hound
Almost.
magazine.
what's that?
It's like a
Is that for men?
Horse
no,
and
it's like
Hound?
Horse and Hound.
I watched Notting Hill last night, and
So
that's
what it is.
yeah.
It's from that movie
from that.
I haven't seen.
Have you? Oh my God, you must.
It's good.
Really?
It
Richard
is good.
Curtis.
It's good.
Yes.
Isn't he problematic now?
Is he? Don't tell me that.
Everyone.
Notting Hill's good.
I mean, just some of it. I know. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay, but he.
What's that movie you wrote about the Christmas? People say now every Christmas time there's
Love
a
Actually.
think
Love Actually.
piece about that being.
Oh sure.
I love that movie. It's terrible.
Yeah, enjoy it on a
What a
terrible
roller
level.
coaster that sentence was.
Don't write a blog about it. Just enjoy the bad bits. No,
Amen.
Same goes for this podcast.
yeah, don't write a blog.
Don't
about
write a blog about it.
Unless
I'd love you to write
it's
a blog about
complimentary.
it.
Yeah, only
Nah.
positive compliments.
Shred us. Love it.
None
Don't.
of those negative compliments. We don't want those.
I also like to point out that Matt is saying shred us. Dave and I do not stand by those
Please don't
sentiments.
shred me. I'm
Neither
very
does Hot Dog
delicate.
Jan
I am
Jiggin.
sensitive.
Hot dog.
Hot dog Janjigian.
What a name.
I love it. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I'm really happy for myself.
Hey, hot dog,
Yeah.
please go on.
Okay.
Please go on.
So we're talking Chris R, a man who was not an actor.
Okay. He was the best performer.
Best performance.
But was
not
he
an actor.
was he a drug dealer?
No.
Is that why
Oh,
he's
so
the
it wasn't
best?
even method.
Okay. Can you be a drug
Well.
dealer? Yeah.
I can.
Meth.
There's a scene where he would confront the man-child Denny and ask for his money with a gun. So Denny just sort of appears with a drug problem at some point.
Sure. Classic Denny.
Method. If you said that another way, it'd be meth OD.
And that's
What does
why
it
he
mean,
was
though?
good. That probably makes more sense than the actual script.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like the air was taken out of the room. That moment was spooky.
Ooh. So
I
that's
love
what
that.
that's what I do when I'm scared.
Oh.
I feel better.
Yeah. Pretend to be a turkey. That's in a bear attack. That's what they always say.
Yeah, they're terrified of them.
Be
It's
a
like
turkey.
it's like elephants with mice.
Yeah.
Bears terrified of turkeys.
Turkeys. And ghosts as well.
Yeah.
Ghost turkeys.
You ever
Ghosts.
seen a turkey? Yuck.
No
get it.
good. They are scary.
Yeah.
I've seen a video of a guy in a car next to a field of turkeys, and he goes, and they all go back at him. It is probably one of the funniest things
That
I've
sounds
ever
like
seen.
the best video I've ever seen, and I haven't seen it.
I remember just watching
I
it on
love
repeat. You know when you just like finding something so funny, you just keep watching it. I was crying.
Yes.
So good. Please check it out.
So good that they
I'm going
recognise
to.
it.
I'll send it to all of you separately later.
Please separately. I don't want a group chat.
No group chats.
Someone will leave it in a year and it'll come up and I'll get so mad.
People leave dead groups.
Why do they do that?
Strange.
Yeah, true. Like if the conversation's still going and you're like, this is tedious,
Yeah.
leave. But if it's already over,
Yeah,
Someone's
sometimes
like,
it
I
is.
gotta archive my old Facebook group chats.
Well, I don't want to include that one.
Popping up if I scroll down for 10 years.
Ooh,
Oh.
I'm scared. Scared no more.
I don't know why I find it.
Yeah, but next time you're stressed about something, let me know, and I'll just send you a little video of me.
Oh, I thought you were going to send the video that made you laugh, but no.
No, me.
You'll just send you.
I'm all hyped. I'm sorry.
No apologies,
Never
please.
apologise.
Never apologise.
I think we were talking about
This is the safe house. No apologies.
Well, I think you all kind of owe me an apology because you were all quite mean to me earlier.
I am really sorry about that.
Thank you. Hot dogs. Jan Jigian.
Hot dogs. I think you're talking about the drug
Take it
dealer,
away.
the great
Yes.
actor.
Yes, I'm so sorry, Jess.
That felt really genuine.
Jesus Christ. All right.
The mic's still on,
Can I
Jiggin.
Can I? What?
I said the mic's still on, Jiggin.
Oh no. Anyway, so yeah, we're at Chris R's scene. Dan stayed in character the whole time he was on set. Now, if you've seen the movie, you would know he's very aggressive.
Great.
And
He is method.
He was just walking back and forth, muttering to himself and yelling at people. The scene took 2 weeks to shout and goes for 90 seconds.
Oh my God, he was muttering for 2 weeks.
He was muttering into himself.
for 2
what I
weeks.
said?
Into his pit.
Yeah, into his armpit.
That's how they do it.
He'd mutter into anything.
I know. Pathetic. I only mutter into the best of the best.
Gotta have standards
Yeah.
when you mutter.
Hello, mutter.
Is Lisa a Camp Granada?
There's a Simpsons reference. Excellent.
Great.
Right, we got the quota. So 2 weeks for 90 seconds. That is
Yeah.
not a good.
No.
That's not a good
Raish.
ratio
Not
for,
a good
everyone-
race.
for everyone's money and time.
Dangerously close to the word race. Which is what I heard. Okay. Greg had to talk Tommy out of including an extension of the Chris R fight scene where Johnny's Mercedes-Benz would ascend from the rooftop and fly into the night sky, exposing that Johnny is actually a vampire.
How is he going to do that?
I don't know. They were on a green screen.
You can do anything.
That is.
That's brilliant.
So that's not in the original script. He, on the fly, was like, bang, got a great idea. I'm a vampire.
I don't know, but I'm going to say that it probably was in the script.
It's oh, okay. He had to talk him out of it because no one's actually read the script because it's so long. They get to the page and go, oh no, we're not doing that.
How long does the movie go for? Is it long?
It's not that long.
Okay, so it's just like a
I
normal
think it's like
length.
90 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
It's not like 9 hours like it should have been.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking with the number of pages he's written.
There definitely was like a script after the initial like novel.
The novel.
Version. The novelized version. An iconic line from the movie is Johnny yelling, "You're tearing me apart, Lisa." In the script, the line is written as, "You are taking me apart, Lisa."
What?
And only Greg knew that Tommy was trying to copy a line from Rebel Without a Cause where James Dean says, "You are tearing me apart." So Greg got him to change it. Because otherwise he would have just said, "You are taking me apart."
But thought that was it. Like he
Yeah.
named Mark after Matt by accident.
Amazing.
You're taking me apart. Doesn't quite make sense, does it?
No.
Or does it?
No, it doesn't. And
Doesn't
he often forced them to say the lines exactly as he had written them. There's one scene where Greg's character has to say, "Leave your stupid comments in your pocket." And he was like, "Can I please say something else?" And Tommy was like, "No!"
That doesn't make sense.
You're taking me apart would make sense if it was like a Lego figurine, maybe.
Yeah.
So there'd be times
That's
where it
possible.
could be. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. He's
Pan
also a vampire. So
Right.
let's...
Lego vampire.
A Lego vampire.
He's
Cute.
very
That is
vampiric,
cute.
to be fair.
Yes.
He's a vampiric man. Stays up all hours of the night.
Yeah, no, he wakes up when he's supposed to and then does activities. Obviously. Craft, hits the gym.
It was the role he was
Brunch.
undead to play. Does that make sense? It was a thought I had, and I thought I'd say it out loud.
Loved it.
Over the top of Jess, which was a nice start. Also was not worth saying out loud.
No, I loved it.
Can you edit that bit out, please, Jess?
Absolutely not. Fuck. In fact, repeat it when I'm not talking. Now go. Come on.
It was the role he was undead to play.
Fuck, I loved it.
Haha.
Oh, no.
Love it all over again.
Oh, you're
I feel-
taking me apart, Matt. See, it can make sense.
Yeah, when you put the right tone on the words.
It is such a great line. Like, you're tearing me apart, Lisa.
It's very dramatic.
How many takes did that take?
Oh, I think quite a few.
And it's good?
No, it's so bad.
It's filled with
great.
emotion.
It's
To
fantastic.
be fair, he's always looking for more emotion.
Oh, there's so many emotions going through him.
I don't know why it's taking me so long to watch this. I got to watch it, obviously. Would you say it's worth watching, knowing all the...
Oh,
this?
it's so good.
Okay.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
yeah.
just watch the remake thing.
Well, that's about the making of the film.
Right.
It's
I think
completely
it
different.
probably helps to see it first, though, doesn't it? I reckon.
Yeah, I think you enjoy it much more if you have some in the room first. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think it's a movie you can watch by yourself, or should you watch it with other people?
With other people, I would watch it by myself.
But maybe
But
the
I really
first
like
viewing.
bad stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First viewing, I think you got to watch it with other people.
It's just good to experience it with other people,
Yeah,
you know?
because otherwise, when I'm watching something that's so bad it's good, if I'm by myself, I find it tedious and frustrating.
I
but
can
if
see that. I can see you getting very annoyed.
but if I'm with somebody else and we can sort of laugh about it together, I'll be fine.
Yeah, the first time I watched it with a few friends, and it was very fun.
Well, I'm with a few friends right now.
I'm so busy.
Yeah, no, yeah, Sorry, so silly. Sorry, it's fine. It's okay.
The joke is that you're off to catch a plane after this little jet setup. And I've got nothing on. Anywho. One scene has Lisa admitting to her mother that she's cheating on Johnny. In the script, it says that Lisa is talking to Claudette over the phone, with the scene ending with Lisa walking Claudette to the door and saying goodbye.
Yes? I don't see a problem there.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
That's great. Greg couldn't get him to change that bit.
It's like, no.
I need this.
It's brilliant.
Johnny then hears the conversation by listening to their answering machine, which has magically recorded the conversation.
What? That's not how answering machines work.
The team tried to convince Tommy that this didn't make sense, and they eventually decided on him overhearing Lisa and Claudette's conversation from a stairwell and then wiretapping their phone using a tape recorder to find proof.
Jesus.
They asked Tommy why Johnny needs proof if he just heard her say it, but he wouldn't budge.
This is great.
Well, he's an auteur, you know? They don't budge. He's got a vision.
Hans Zimmer, break those rules.
Yeah, break those
Yeah.
rules, Hans Zimmer style.
Of
Did
just
he invent the
narrative.
Zimmer frame?
Yes, one of his many inventions.
Yes. That was a film technique of his.
He did the frame.
Yeah, and
He did the
eventually
wah.
that frame happened to be of a walking device. And then, you know, long story short, old people walk again. Thank you, Mr. Zimmer.
Amazing.
What?
The more you know. Don't worry about it.
You two don't look surprised by that, but I'm very
No,
confused.
he's so old, he just comes up with these things sometimes. He just
We
knows.
find it's best to just smile and nod.
Yeah.
Neither of you are smiling.
He'll zone out eventually.
That's probably the third or fourth time I've heard him tell that story. We usually edit it out, but we'll let it go on this time.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, there we go. And he's
Hi,
back.
Matt.
Hi.
Very good.
Who are you? What are you
Okay.
doing here?
This is hot dogs.
Don't touch my knees.
This is an audio form. You got to make it clear that has not happened.
There's been no knees have been touched during the creating of this podcast.
So far.
And I'm mad about it. Touch it. Touch it.
She's talking to me.
Touch it.
No
Touch
thanks.
it. I've got jeans on.
Yeah, that's what's really
Come
putting
on.
me off. I don't like denim. Ah! Right, I touched her knee.
All right, please continue.
Much knobbier than I thought.
I got knobbly little knees.
The team told Tommy that no one uses a tape recorder to wiretap phones. But he was sure. Greg found out years later that Tommy used to record all of his phone calls on a tape recorder, which is why he wrote it into the script.
People don't do that. Yes, I do that.
This is my experience. Thank you so much.
How strange.
Greg asked him why he did this. So Greg found the tapes at his house and was like, why do you do this? And Tommy said that he was practicing his American accent by listening to Greg's accent. Greg is still not convinced of this.
Oh my God, poor Greg. Greg, get out of there, Greg.
In the film, you see the recorded conversation that happens between Lisa and Mark on the phone, where she says that she's cheating on him, and then you see it played back by Johnny on the tape recorder. The two conversations are different.
You just got to get the audio. That's so easy.
It's so easy.
In the script, they're different. So instead of copy pasting the conversation, he just
Wrote a different one.
And they're like they're markedly different as well. It's not minor.
Instead of turning the script back 4 pages and looking at what you wrote yesterday, he decided to freestyle.
Brilliant.
I think this is what I wrote.
Breaking rules.
Yeah.
This is the general context.
I was
Amazing.
loving that.
Amazing.
Anything goes. Anything goes. I don't know how that goes.
Well, anything goes.
That's true. That's me. I'm hot dog. At one point in the film, Lisa's mother nonchalantly tells Lisa that she has breast cancer, and it's never mentioned again.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Why? Okay. No.
That's it. That's not it. That's the end of the report.
The end.
There were multiple fights on set and people were laughing at Tommy the whole time. Tommy had employed someone to film a behind-the-scenes documentary about the making of the room, but it turned out that he was watching the tapes every night when he got home to see what people were saying about him, mostly laughing about his poor acting, which might explain why he was so late every day, because he was up till the early hours of the morning.
So he spends 8 hours on set, then goes home and watches 8 hours of him on set.
He's the strangest person ever.
So if ever anyone said anything bad about Tommy, it was caught by the guy filming it.
Do they not know that, or do they just not care?
Probably a bit of both.
I imagine people probably were saying not nice things about him too.
They were mostly laughing at him.
Oh.
Yeah, or complaining that he wouldn't give them water.
Water or
money.
Yeah, for the job they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The film ended up having 3 different directors of photography because they kept quitting due to poor conditions and not getting paid on time. And the thing about DOPs is their crew goes with them. So it was like 3 whole different crews.
Fuck. Very good. So there's a lot of consistency then.
In people quitting, yes.
Yes. Brilliant. Wow.
Look, Jess, the only consistency is change.
Oh, wow, Naomi.
Is that Hans Zimmer?
Yes. One
God,
of his many inventions.
He's so good.
That sentence.
Was
yeah,
that
he
your-
invented that sentence.
Was that your year 12 yearbook quote?
We didn't. I went to a poor school.
Oh.
We didn't have quotes.
I don't remember what mine was, actually. Now I want to find my yearbook. Glad I brought that up.
Ugh, I would not want to see what mine was.
You wouldn't have had a beard, so that'd be weird. I don't like that.
Yuck.
Ugh. Imagine that face, just as it's supposed to be. Ugh.
I mean, he had that look for the majority of his life.
No, I think...
Probably not now.
Yeah,
What do you
now
reckon, the
you've probably
ratio
been
to beard
bearded.
to non-beard?
You'd be 50-50 by now, wouldn't
First beard was probably about 800 years ago.
Right, and how old were you? 700 or 800 years old then?
I was before that. They didn't record birthdays. I reckon about 98% beard,
you? Wow.
and then 2% undecided.
2% baby.
Yeah. Wow. Baby mustache. So I had a really little mustache.
Oh, so
Baby
cute.
size.
Little baby one.
Yeah, a little baby size
Oh,
mustache.
get out of town. That is
Little
cute.
Poirot.
Oh, stop it. That is
I mean, that's
adorable.
me. That's my story. That's my truth.
Live it.
Yeah.
It's brave. You gotta.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so vulnerable in this space.
Ugh, it is hard.
I know.
With
But how
you
do you feel-
brutes here?
How do you feel now that you've
It's a weight lifted.
yeah.
I feel airy. I feel fairy.
You're glowing.
I'm floating on life. Wow. And support.
Yes.
Life support from you
Oh, no.
guys, my friends.
I'll
You
turn that
guys are
off.
giving me...
Turn that off. Jesus, Dave. Oh, though then we get his share of the cold hard cash.
Yeah.
Mate, I don't have any.
The Stewart treasure.
I don't have...
Give us the map.
I'm so sorry. It's a myth.
Naomi has a very long report. I'm so sorry we keep derailing. This
That's
is
okay.
you're doing so well, by
Am
the
I?
way. Yes.
Are you having fun?
Oh, this is the show. Have you ever heard this show before?
I've never heard of this show before.
But have you ever heard the show before?
Plenty of times. Love it.
She's a big fan.
Well, you'd
as
be,
long
aware,
as-
she'd be aware of what.
Just no follow-up questions. And she'll move along.
What's your favourite episode?
Oh, I don't even have I do have a favourite.
Do you? What is it?
Don't know, because then you're just going to say me too.
Same.
Don't just
I
go.
went through a phase of just listening to it on repeat. Not on repeat, not the same episode. And then I moved on. I just listened to podcasts for like a month at a time. So it was a while ago.
That's a long stretch.
Yeah, that's great. Good for you.
Listened
But
to
now
it
you're
while
part of
studying
it.
a while ago, actually. I made a maths cheat sheet. Listened to you talk about the Titanic.
Oh,
Right, do you remember anything about maths, or is it all about icebergs?
Yeah, the whole exam I just wrote
Good.
about icebergs. We're going down.
The funny thing was, they had enough lifeboats, but they took them off because they wanted more decking. Anyway, X equals, I don't know.
more decking.
No.
Amen. You know what's good for you.
More deck.
Don't look at me like that.
Please.
Jess,
Yes.
where were we? What's happening? Okay. Every odd moment in the room has an explanation behind it. Kyle Voight played Peter, Johnny's psychologist friend. Kyle had told Tommy months ago that he had a commitment coming up and would need to be done shooting, but shooting had blown out and Kyle's scenes weren't done. Tommy blew up at Kyle, and Kyle was so stressed about it that he smacked his head against the stairs during a blocking of a scene on his last day, and blood was gushing from his head. He had a concussion, so he kept blinking and grabbing pieces of the set during the last scene for this reason.
Oh my God, he's stumbling around the set and then not calling an ambulance.
He also
They keep filming. Oh my God.
He also stares straight into the camera, which you can see in the final cut.
Is he just crying help? He stares down the barrel.
His eyes are
So
crying.
you can
out.
actually see him really struggling.
Yeah. And
Oh
he-
my God.
But
Yeah,
you,
he's just
you didn't
blinking so
notice
much.
it when you saw it?
No, but nothing seems out of place in the film because it's all dumb.
yeah, it's really odd, but it's like in the book, everything that seems odd, there's like a
Right,
full
there's
explanation.
Yeah,
like
wow.
a backstory and it all comes back to Tommy.
Yeah, there's a traumatic event for every single weird.
No.
But if you took out all of those weird things and it was made as it was scripted, would it be better? It'd be less weird, obviously.
If it was made as it was scripted, it would be way worse.
It'd be worse, right?
I think
Because
there's
it
a lot
doesn't
of
have
people
any.
influencing him to make it better and coherent.
Right, but all the weird little things like the concussions and stuff, if you took them out, would that improve it or make it? Is it more interesting because of those weird stories?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you don't know about them. You just see a guy just in the middle of a scene just look straight at the camera.
You just think he's
amazing.
unprofessional.
Yeah,
Really,
he's not a good actor.
He's got a concussion.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble.
He's struggling.
Yeah, not his best scene. So, since Kyle had to leave, Tommy created a new character, Steven, who takes the rest of Peter's lines and just appears in the last third of the film.
What the
Love that.
So he's just there. And you're
No-
like, who's
no
this guy?
explanation.
And he's just like, Lisa, stop.
Does someone in the film say, who's this guy? Or is that what we're saying watching it?
That's what we're saying.
Right. There's no explanation at all.
No.
That's
Well, no
really
one thinks.
fun.
Come on, Matt. Come on.
Everyone picks it up. It's a different guy.
It's Peter or something.
What, you only have one friend?
It's true. So it's a movie like real life.
Do you have other friends?
Yes.
Who are they?
No. Just want to answer however gets me out of this quickest.
Do you believe him?
That he has other friends or that he doesn't have other friends? Because he said both answers. I believe one of them, but I'll never reveal which one.
Oh my God, they're killing me, these two.
You guys are crazy.
Sorry, hot dogs.
What's their surname?
Janjigian.
Fuck, it's
How
good.
could you forget?
Yeah, you're right.
Na
How
na
could
na
I?
na 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 na.
Janjigian.
Na na na. It's pretty good.
I'll go on.
Please do go on.
That's funny. That's the name. Okay. There are several sex scenes in the room.
Several.
Several.
Too many.
At least 3? I think more.
Why is there so many?
There's so many and they go for so long. Tommy's bare ass is out for his scenes with Lisa, and he thrusted near her belly button the whole time, which is very obvious when you watch it. You're like, why is he doing that to her mid-torso?
Great.
He liked some shots. People told him that it looked like he was banging her belly button, but he just kept doing it. He liked some shots from the first sex scene and reused them in the next sex scene because he thought people wouldn't notice, but it's extremely noticeable.
Is it like a different location?
No, it's the same bed and everything,
Okay.
but it's just the same shots. Like I think it's even the sequence of a few shots. The first time I watched it, I was like,
Flashback.
that's scrappy.
I expected better from this film.
Though his ass can be seen many times in these scenes, he still insisted on a shot of him walking from behind naked so you can see his full ass on display.
He likes his own butt.
He loves it. He got that from a movie with Brad Pitt in it,
Okay,
where
sure.
there's a shot of Brad Pitt's ass.
What's the butt like, Dave? Your butt.
He's quite a muscular guy.
Right.
We'll say that because he's. I don't know if you know how old he is, but it's I think
Older.
speculated upon. He's quite an older guy, but yeah. So he it's a great butt in answer to your question.
Thank you.
But you don't want to look at it.
I mean, not for not that many minutes.
Right.
Maybe a glance.
If you really look, like, because he's walking, I feel like you can see just like the silhouette of his scrotum. I'm so sorry.
Scrotum.
That's all you want to see, though, isn't it?
If that.
Yeah, just a hint of a
That's all you
scrote.
want to see. That's what I want to see. Sure.
Show me that scrot silhouette.
No, that's great.
I want to know that it's there, but I don't want to see it in a lot of detail.
Just a hint.
A hint of
Do we get a
scrote.
hint of scrote?
I'm gonna.
Am I getting a? How do you say hint of scrote?
I'm gonna throw
On the back palate.
throw an opinion out. I don't care if it's there.
Yeah, great point.
But did you get that from a Brad Pitt film?
I don't know the
That
scrotum.
famous scrotum shot of Brad Pitt?
The scrot shot.
Scrot
shot.
shot.
Scrot shot? Is that a good nickname?
Oh,
Sounds like a superhero.
Scrot shot.
Oh.
Dun-dun-dun.
What, you love it? You want it for yourself? All right, scrot
All right,
shot.
Scrot shot.
okay.
He's
a-
scrot shot.
He's a little scrot shot.
Scrot shot
Scrotty.
and hot dog Janjigian. What a duo.
What about Scrot Dog?
Scrot dog Janjigian? Oh, that's good. That is good.
That's
Best
good
of
stuff.
both worlds.
Yes.
There's a lot of, and I love it because if people ask, there's a lot of explanation that goes into it.
Yeah.
All right, scrot, that comes from scrotum, okay? Hot dog, that's hot dog. You get scrot dog, scrotum hot dog, or scrotum dog. Janjigian, that's the name of some guy I mispronounced on a podcast one time.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
Can we
It's
move
funny.
on?
Trust me.
Throughout the film, Lisa cheats on Johnny, tells everyone that Johnny hit her when he didn't, and then lies about pretending to be pregnant with his child.
Lisa doesn't sound very nice.
She's
No,
not.
Johnny's perfect.
she's tearing him apart.
He just keeps getting. What was it before? He's perfect, but
He's constantly getting wrong.
that's right. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Other
would have to
people
say,
wrong him.
Women don't come off great in this film. That's just as an aside. The movie ends with Johnny being fed up with this world. That's a quote from the film. Trashing his house and shooting himself.
Oh.
Before he shoots himself, however, something happens. This is how it's written in the script. He reaches in and pulls out more of Lisa's clothes and throws them on the floor. He lies on the clothes, unzipping his zipper. He is breathing hard and writhing with pelvic thrusts. When he finishes, he sits up and picks up the gun.
Okay.
Like, what is that? What is happening?
So if you watch the movie, you see that and you're like, is he fucking a dress? And you're like, no, it's probably just some weird quirk. And then you read the script and it's better than it's less explicit than the script said.
Wow, okay.
all.
So is he fucking a dress?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, he's fucking a dress.
Yeah, cool.
And everyone was like, why?
Yeah, that's an excellent question to ask,
Because
I think.
of emotion.
Emotion.
Was there an answer?
Yeah, emotion.
No,
Oh.
I don't think so. Oh, yeah.
But he's done a lot of Q&As and stuff, right? After he would have done a lot of interviews and a lot of movie Q&As after screenings.
Yeah, but he doesn't really answer them properly. Like, there's a
Right.
lot of American football in the film. Obviously, he's obsessed with America, but they're just, like, throwing a football to each other and they're standing, like, 2 meters apart or, like, 1 meter. And they asked him, why are they playing football in tuxedos at one point, 2 meters apart from each other? And he says something like, America is such a beautiful place. Football is so fun with your friends.
So he never really answers
Something like
any
that.
question.
No, he doesn't answer the question.
Next question.
Why'd you fuck a dress?
America is such a beautiful place.
And dresses look lovely in the summertime.
Next question.
Okay. Well,
He knows what he's about. Sorry.
that spoke to me, that answer.
Thank
America
you.
is a beautiful place.
Thank you. And?
And the rest of it was also good.
Quite a memory on you.
Yeah. I'm very old.
When filming his suicide scene, there was a blood splatter mechanism that would go off when the first AD yelled bang. But every time they did this, Tommy would not fall down and just stay there kneeling with the gun in his mouth.
Oh, no.
He would just forget to pretend to die.
Bang. I said bang. No.
Where does this mix of like super confident but it's like no good all at once? Where does the confidence come from?
I think a lot of people are like that.
Are they?
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
Because all of it makes me think, is he a genius? I still am not sure if he's a genius or not.
I mean, he has a
Okay.
dream.
Fine line.
It is a fine line. At one point in the movie, Greg was had a beard for most of the film, and then at one point, Tommy was like, "You have to shave it for this scene," and he was like, "Why?" He really didn't want to shave it, but Tommy made him shave it, and Greg was disappointed because his plan was to have a beard in the film, have his name printed differently in the credits, and pretend it wasn't him.
Greg could have easily ditched this guy a long time ago when he realised that he was the Matt Damon.
But
I think he gave him like hundreds of thousands of
He's
dollars.
getting
to do
paid
this.
well.
it's also all on Greg. This doesn't exist without Greg, right?
Greg was a line producer and a lead actor.
Yeah.
A line producer does everything.
But he also introduced film to him, didn't he?
No,
He'd
didn't
never seen a
introduce him.
film before.
No, he just took him to one film. Tommy was always obsessed with
And
film.
the rest is history.
Yeah. Thank you, Greg. Wow.
And he's the guy I touched elbows with, is that right?
Yes.
He's
He
the one
is.
who's been in Australia recently?
Yes.
Yeah, that genius. You touched elbows with
You've
him.
been in
Why
the
has that
same...
rubbed off on me? I do feel smarter.
I don't think it has.
Oh.
If I can be honest.
Okay, no, you can. Of
I've
course you can.
noticed a
This
dip
is a safe place.
from you, to be honest.
Really? Do you
Yeah.
think he stole some of my genius?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what this guy does.
Because you were on the cusp of a big discovery.
Yes.
And now, nothing.
I do feel different.
Yeah.
I thought it was better.
No, it's
Just different.
Worse.
your feeling was wrong. Sorry.
Your general vibe makes sense to me now, just lately.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like it when you guys were being mean to me, and now I'm doing it to Matt. I'm sorry, Matt. You are the heart and soul of this podcast,
Look,
and we love you.
it's been a few years now, Jess. I'm pretty well used to it, okay?
I'm not.
You're pretty well used to being the heart and soul. Yeah. We thank you for it.
When the film was finally done, Tommy rented a billboard on Sunset Boulevard that stayed up for 5 years. It said "now showing," even though the film was not showing anywhere yet. Because
Yes.
he was just copying other billboards.
Yeah.
It lists,
5 years. It's so good. I didn't know that.
God.
it became sort of a fixture because his face is quite menacing, and it was just like this sort of.
So it's just a giant
Iconic
hit,
thing.
like black and white, his face. So that
And it said "The Room now showing."
legend.
I think it said New Tennessee Williams. or
Oh,
something like that.
yeah. A title he would give himself.
Like a quote, but like it's not attributed to anyone because no one said it.
Yeah, it was like fake quotes.
Oh, very good. Like what we put on our posters. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
They
say
were
the new
real.
Tennessee
They were real.
Williams.
Yeah. They will now.
It listed his phone number on it, and if you called, he would answer and tell you to go see the movie.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
He had a premiere screening at a cinema in 2003. he showed up with Greg in a limo that he put the room poster on each window. And when they got there, there weren't enough people lining up outside, so they just kept went around the block a few times until there were enough people, and then they stopped and got out.
That's great. But they also couldn't see that through the window, so they had to kind of get out every time and go, not enough.
Nah,
Get
back in.
Yeah, and I think it was filled out by extras, the whole cinema. And Greg says, this is his quote, people were hypnotised with laughter. He ended up paying for the film to screen at a cinema, and it made $1,600 in its 2-week run.
$1,600.
And it cost $6 million to make.
Oh, my God.
I am notoriously not good at maths, but I'm going to take a stab if you guys will create a safe space for me to do so.
Of course.
I'm going to guess that is probably what would be considered a box office smash.
Smash! Did you hear it? 6 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy good.
That cost.
That is
Yeah,
Great,
cost price.
Patrick.
Wow.
That's great.
Like all profit,
cost
right?
price.
Is that net or profit?
All of it.
Yeah, net and profit.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
$1,600.
But still somehow great value as well, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I don't think I could do it for that.
$6 million.
So it was made for $1,600 and it made $6 million.
Yeah.
That's one of the best.
That's the way I said that.
It's the best ratio I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Blair Witch Project, move over.
yeah. In fact, with all those actors, I don't know, all of that would have gone on like their wages.
Yeah.
No wonder he couldn't afford water.
Yeah, he couldn't afford it. No way.
He was good with money. That's
Wow,
changed
he
everything.
really stretched it.
Yeah.
He spread it beautifully.
Oh.
Hang on. Cost? That's not good at all. 6 million, that is absolutely crazy.
insane.
Of his personal money.
Why did he have that?
I'll get to it.
Oh my
sort
god,
of
I'm so
explanation.
excited. Yes.
In that 2 weeks, it got a small number of fans who saw it multiple times a day and later campaigned to bring the film back, emailing him thousands of times.
So $1,600, that was actually only 20 people seeing it like 10 times.
Yeah.
Far out. That's sad.
By 2004, there were regular midnight screenings of the film in Los Angeles. By 2009, there were midnight screenings happening in New York City and other places.
Matt just mini exploded.
Were you just shocked?
That
2009?
2009 made me hiccup with delight.
What a year.
So since then, The Room's become this cult movie, kind of like Rocky Horror Picture Show. So there are a lot of rules when you go see it of things that you're supposed to do to
Like when
sort of
you see
participate.
the outline of his scrot.
You yell.
Scrote.
Love that scrote. Love that scrote. Give me that
Whole
scrote.
cinema.
Yum, yum,
And
scrote.
if you have a scrote, you're supposed to grab yours.
Woo!
Yeah. As Dave demonstrated.
I grabbed air. I swear.
You did not make contact with scrote.
Did not touch Jess's knee. Woo!
All right, what are the rules? I think I know one of them.
Some of the rules, I'm not going to read them all because there are a lot. Number one is the room is filled with picture frames that have stock art of spoons. And so when you see spoons on screen, you have to throw plastic spoons at the screen.
Yes, that's the one I knew.
Pretty wild.
Is there an explanation of why there are stock art of spoons?
Yeah, they had them there and then they were like, should we swap them out? And I can't remember if Tommy or someone else who just didn't care anymore. I think it was Tommy who was like, no, they're nice. Like, just leave them.
Leave the spoons. Okay, cool.
Count every time that someone says that Mark is Johnny's best friend, because multiple times it's just like, Mark is Johnny's best friend, or I can't do this, Lisa. Johnny's my best friend.
So does everyone just
great.
yell out like 3?
Yeah.
Like they're literally counting,
I
yeah?
thought you were counting down. I was like,
Oh, sorry. So,
yeah, they just,
you are
you're just
audible.
counting throughout the film.
Great.
Cool. I've never been to a screening. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun, but the ones in Melbourne have gotten overwhelming at this point because it's so popular now that it's just like, you can't hear anything.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can't actually hear because people are throwing spoons or yelling,
The whole
counting
time.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Because there's so many rules. It'd be hard to keep track of the rules.
And then you can just yell out stuff you notice.
Yeah.
Scrote!
It's Skirt.
Inappropriate scrote.
Bum.
Inappropriate skirt. Yelling focus at the screen when the camera isn't focused properly,
Okay.
which happens a lot.
Nerds.
They often just didn't check because they were like, this isn't going anywhere.
No one will ever see this.
Also yelling unfocus when the sex scenes are happening. Another rule is to leave the room during the longest sex scene of the film because it goes for like, I don't know how long.
Or you just go get like popcorn
minutes.
or something.
Yeah, you go to the bathroom, have a cigarette or something.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Though I don't recommend that second.
But I do recommend using the bathroom when you need to.
Every day I do it.
Get out. Me too.
Ugh.
Really?
Yes.
We have so much in common. That's why I love you.
I know. Friendship.
There's a part in the movie where Tommy seems to look to the bottom of the corner of the screen and wave, and people sometimes run to that corner of the screen and wave back.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
It is cute. This happened because it took Tommy ages to get his blocking and lines right for this one scene, and so on the one take that he did it right, he waved at the first AD to celebrate that he'd done it.
Rather than wait for them to
Like
say
a proud little kid.
He's like, I did it. There is now the Room video game, a book written by Greg Sestero called The Disaster Artist, which again is my favourite book and where I got all this information. And later a movie was made based on the book starring James Franco.
So in the movie, The Disaster Artist, who is Dave Franco playing?
Greg.
I thought so. Okay, cool. I'm with it.
Yeah. And
Is Alison Brie in it?
yes, she plays Greg's girlfriend, who he talks about in the book, but who cares? One fun fact is that Tommy Wiseau would only sign the contract if he was in it,
Of course.
for a certain amount of time. But they didn't say that it had to be in the final cut. So he didn't make it into the final cut, but he is in the credits.
That's smart.
Genius.
And it is a bizarre scene. Just seeing, because they're like dressed the same,
Yeah,
obviously.
Pardon me, they just meet.
It's James Franco and Tommy Wiseau. And also James Franco stayed in character the whole time. So
Really?
and he was directing. So it was like him directing a movie where he starred in it, playing a director who also starred
Whoa,
in the
it's
movie.
so meta.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Hopefully he was like a bit easier to work with than the actual Tommy, you know?
No, they weren't allowed to have water on the
Oh,
set.
no, come
They weren't
on.
allowed.
Your own brother.
Method. When Tommy introduces the film, he always says more or less the same thing. You can laugh, you can cry, you can express yourself, but please don't hurt each other.
Okay. All right, mate.
What a great line.
Beautiful. There's a documentary called The Roomful of Spoons that tries to find out where Tommy is from, that Tommy hates, and run a smear campaign against online. Recommend YouTubing that. It was going to air at Sydney Underground Film Festival until they were contacted by Tommy's lawyers. And this is the quote. We received these emails from an apparent lawyer of Wiseau Films saying that we'd breached copyright. It was really funny because all the emails were misspelled and had really terrible grammar. And if you read it in the Tommy Wiseau accent, it sounds exactly like Tommy.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
So, but they did actually not film it, screen it, whatever.
Well, they didn't
just in
screen it
case.
at Sydney Underground Film Festival. So I haven't seen it. I really want to see it. But they have shown it other places. But yeah, he just like sends some threats, I suppose. He doesn't like it. He was initially on board, but whatever. Tommy's often said that he's born in 1968, as his driver's license says, which Greg saw. But Greg's brother's partner, however, tracked him down in public records, which state he was born in the 50s. He doesn't actually say in the book, but it's said to be around the 50s.
He's got a fake driver's license.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Greg pieces together stories Tommy has told him to come up with a backstory for him.
Great. But again, it's not confirmed because Tommy won't talk about it. So this is Greg just figuring it out.
Yeah, so if you ask Tommy how
Brilliant.
he financed the film, he'll just say selling leather jackets.
Yeah.
$6 million.
Easy. Easy.
Okay, so he grew up under communist rule in Europe, most likely Poland, and was always obsessed with America, for which he was labelled a traitor. He escaped to France when he was a young man, but was still scared of being caught, as he worked in a restaurant for an abusive man who threatened to get him sent back. He eventually made his way to the US, to Chalmette, Louisiana. He eventually moved to San Francisco, California, where he sold trinkets on Fisherman's Wharf. And he got known for like this bird that you would throw up in the air and it would whistle, so they called him the Birdman.
Sure.
That's when he changed his name to Tommy Wiseau, because Wiseau in French means bird.
Right, okay.
but it's like the spelling's a bit different. He worked in restaurants and opened a fashion store that sold misshapen Levi's.
One leg is significantly longer than the other.
Like one's long enough for a stilt.
You got a stilt? Which leg? Have I got the jeans for you?
Other leg.
Don't worry, I've got him at the back. He's got everything, Noms. He's got everything you need.
Every kind of shape.
Oh, yeah. It's very inclusive, dodgy jeans. That's brilliant.
Eventually buying and renting out large retail spaces in and around San Francisco and Los Angeles, making him independently wealthy. Though it's hard to fathom someone could make that much money from irregular blue jeans and trinkets. Greg says he doesn't think Tommy has gotten his wealth from any mob connections or drug rings.
I was going to say something dodgy, but okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what Greg's like. I'm just convinced that it couldn't be that. He just couldn't see him, like, comprehending.
Yeah, he couldn't pull that off.
Feels like it would have come out by now somehow
Yeah,
as well.
you've got to be pretty sneaky and clever. And he doesn't feel either of those things to me.
You've got a lot of good things to say about criminals there, Jess.
How is sneaky a good thing?
Clever.
Clever? Yeah. Well, dinosaurs can be clever. Oh, yeah, they're great. They're not criminals.
Dinosaurs.
Animals are clever. Yep, still a bad example. Please move on.
No, you're right. Dinosaurs can be clever. It's a really good point.
They don't sound very clever because they're all dead.
Idiots.
Gotcha. Got him.
Got those stupid dinosaurs.
Greg and Tommy have gone on to create another movie together called Best Friends, but the R is in brackets. So it's kind of like Best Fiends.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, wow.
Based on a road trip they took in 2003 during which Tommy believed Greg was going to kill him.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Why did Tommy think Greg was going to kill him? Okay, sorry. I shouldn't question the plot. I'm so sorry.
I can tell you actually. They were in the place where Alfred Hitchcock filmed The Birds, so it was already spooky.
The Wiseaus, sorry.
The Wiseaus.
Oh, Bodega Bay.
Yes.
That's the name of the place. I don't know. It was actually filmed there, but that's what it said, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Well done. Some knowledge.
It's true. It's true. I don't know how I know that.
And they only had one bed left, and so they weren't going to rent it to the both of them. So Greg was like, Tommy, just stand out the back and I'll just get the one room and we can share it. And Tommy thought that Greg didn't want anyone to know he was there so that he could murder him and no one would know. And that's what that movie's based on.
And he didn't run for it. You know? He's like, well, okay.
Well, where else is he going to go? It's the middle of nowhere.
Great point.
So, and despite Greg, did he wrote The Disaster Artist, the book?
Yes.
Despite him writing that, which obviously portrays Tommy as a bad guy, a crazy guy, a terrible actor, a terrible director, they're still friends.
They're best friends. They talk every single day.
Has he not read The Disaster Artist, the book?
I don't know. I just think he just like goes along with whatever. Like he wants success and
Well, it has made him
started-
famous. That's what they wanted.
well, yeah, when people started calling the room a comedy, he was like, "Yep,
Yeah.
Sure is.
Intentional.
meant that."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was going for.
yeah,
Nailed it.
Black comedy. So it's crazy. So I bought the script online because in the book it says that the script is so much worse. And it is. I've only read some of it, but there's just some characters they're not in the scene at all. And then at the end, it's like Denny leaves the room and everyone's like, "Bye, Denny." You want to in the scene.
That is funny.
So I bought it for my boyfriend actually as a present, and he was overseas when it came. And I just clicked signed copy, and then it came in the mail, and it was like, "Naomi, follow your dreams." And so I was like, oh, I called him and I was like, "I got you something," and I got it signed, but they signed it to me. I'm so sorry. And he's like, "Oh, you keep it. Like he was so sad, and I was like, in any other scenario I would keep it, but in this scenario it's perfect that it's yours
Yeah.
because it's signed to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. And then I did meet Greg Sestero when he was here, and he was dead behind the eyes.
Where did you meet?
The Nova was doing screenings of The Disaster Artist, and he was there like signing stuff. So I brought the script for him to sign, and I bought the book as well. And I feel like he's met a lot of cult fans.
Yeah.
And he just like started asking questions, and as soon as I'd start answering it, he'd just ask another one. Like he was trying to get out like a quota of words.
Yeah, bang, bang, bang.
And he just kept like interrupting me halfway through, and I was like, oh. And then he's like, did you like the book? I was like, oh yeah, I really. He's like, what was your favorite part? And I was like, oh, I really liked the end of it. How you talked about it. He's like, did you think the friendship was funny? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. By this stage, you want to get out of the conversation? So, yes.
I mean, if that was what he was doing, it worked. But it was just
Yeah.
someone being like, do you think that it's funny? It's just like,
Do you like me?
Whoa. Does he seem like a really weird guy as well?
well, that's what, because I always thought he was normal, but then I was like, he's best friends with Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it started out making no money, but now it's because it's got that cult following, and then with the disaster artist, like I feel like Tommy's got what he wanted, and I'm a little bit mad at that. Like he doesn't deserve what he has now.
Why not?
Because
He
he's,
tried so hard.
fuck, good point.
I find it really inspiring, to be honest.
He
'Cause
took
I'm
a real
like, if
gamble.
He can make it. You
Yeah.
just got to believe.
You just got to blindly believe.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's made his money back?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
sells underwear online now.
Underwear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he always wanted to be an underwear model. And I think when he was doing the ass shot, he was like, I could be an underwear model.
Yep. And he believed in himself, and now he sells underwear online.
That is inspiring.
I mean, anyone could sell underwear online. That's the beauty of the internet now. You just do that.
We let you on the internet one time, and now he thinks he knows everything about the internet.
I got popped up a couple of shops.
Couple of shops popped up.
Yeah.
Little pop-up shop.
Yeah, a couple of shops there.
Yeah, great. What'd you buy?
No, I didn't buy. I sell underwear.
Oh, what kind of
Sell.
underwear?
Oh, the most exquisite
Oh, wow.
kinds that you can think of.
What material?
Oh, denim,
Denim undies.
Oh.
fabric,
Ooh.
linen,
Linen undies, breathable.
Very
curtains,
Prada.
Curtain undies. or are you selling curtains also?
fox,
Oh, we've lost
gymnasium.
him. Yeah, we've lost him.
One pair of
That's just
fabric,
words.
please. I'd love to sell Do-Go on underwear.
ceiling.
No.
I think it's time.
I think it's time as well. Do-Go on underpants.
Do go on.
Your
Google
butt.
Underpants.
Do-Go underpants is good. Yes.
All right, we'll do undies.
Hot Dogs gets it.
Hot dogs. Hot dogs.
This topic was actually suggested by a couple of listeners, including Cecil and also Daniel Spring.
Daniel Spring.
Daniel
Oh,
Spring.
there you go.
Did you have fun?
Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was a
was-
great report.
Well done.
Thank you, Hot Dogs.
That was
Jiggian.
great.
Or what was this?
Scrot dog.
Scrot Dog, Jen. I was like,
I don't remember signing off on that
I
one.
was like,
Yeah,
how
good
does
point.
Scrot get into Jen Jiggian? Scrot Dog Jen Jiggian.
Yeah.
That was great. Thank you. We could feel the passion
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
that you have. So how many times do you reckon you've seen The Room?
10, 15
Wow.
times.
And did you enjoy The Disaster Artist, the film adaptation
did.
of your favourite book?
I did. I was like, this doesn't have every single detail from the book.
Yeah.
There's like a fake story about Malcolm in the Middle in there.
Yeah, why is Bryan Cranston in it? Yeah.
They-
I was one, so that's not real.
No, James Franco was like, I just thought it would be cool to have Bryan Cranston from the 90s. And I was like, okay, sick.
That was like me watching the Hunger Games, you know? It's like, why are you leaving out the best bits?
Why is Bryan Cranston in The Hunger Games?
Why isn't this movie 10 hours long
I get it.
to cover everything?
Every
When
detail.
I was told, I first heard that they were making a movie about making The Room, I was like, that is the worst idea for a film I've ever seen. And then I watched the trailer of him stuffing up. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. And they take 30 takes or whatever. And I was like, this looks amazing. It
Yeah.
was like the quickest turnaround. So 90-second trailer really won me over. And I enjoyed it. It was a good film.
It was great. I really want to
fun.
see Room Full of Spoons.
Yeah.
That does sound cool.
Hard to get your hot little hands on that one.
I reckon you'll find a way. You're resourceful.
I'm scrappy.
You're clever.
Oh, no.
Sneaky. Yeah, how's it feel? I'm not sure. I'm so sorry.
Bad.
Yeah.
I'm not a criminal. I'm a
Well,
good girl.
not that I know of. Stealing all those hearts.
It's the time of the show for that fun segment we call Fact, Quote, or Question. where our Patreon Sydney Scheinberg level supporters get to give us a fact, quote, or question. This week, the question is from Nestor Guajaro.
Nestor!
I'm not saying... I should really know how to say your name right, Nestor.
No, Dave does it best.
Dave does it best. Do it best, Dave.
Is it Guiaro?
Giaro. Nestor Giaro. And they also get to give themselves their own title. And this week, Nestor has given himself the title that we once gave to him before, the Unbestable Nestor.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Cannot be bested. And his
That's
question...
his catchphrase. Sounds
That's what they say.
It's like a bad ad for a shop. And our prices cannot be bested. Oh, by the way, I'm Nestor. Otherwise, that doesn't make sense.
To me, that's a good ad.
Roll the ad.
Yeah, I only had one take.
Did
And
you
his-
write and produce that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His question is... Oh, hang on. I was about to read someone else's question.
Oh,
like a real
oh
dog.
gee whiz. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That would have been fucked
That would have been fucked.
I hope it's
Turkey.
what's your favourite animal noise to make.
Oh.
I'm ready if
When
it
you're
is.
scared.
Yeah, specifically when you're scared.
No, it is not.
Fuck!
It is. If you guys had a three-way staring contest...
Oh, God.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh my god.
Thank goodness.
You took way too long to get that.
We all, the three of us went a very different direction.
Staring contest.
I'm obviously very naive because that did not enter my mind. But I also was able to see the following words, so that probably helped me. If you guys had a three-way
Just say staring contest.
staring contest, who would win
And who would have a three-way after?
and who would be the first to give in? And I mean that.
Oh,
Okay, so then you've just got the...
just take out the word staring contest.
No, certainly leave in
Who would win the
words-
three-way? Okay, staring contest. I reckon Dave would win.
Yeah,
I would give up the quickest.
Are you guys
My-
no good? Because I'm pretty good.
Because
I used to be good, but my eyes now I've got to wear glasses and stuff. I find it hard to focus on looking.
I just
Okay.
get bored,
Tough.
and I'm
You know what I
not.
mean?
Tough.
I'm not competitive at all. So
Should
I'd be
we-
like,
I mean,
"This
we
is
could do
dumb.
a
I don't
quick
care."
try.
How are we gonna do?
Well, we've already decided who wins. Now you versus me, and maybe Naomi and Dave can talk. for
I
podcasts.
just blinked.
Did you?
Just as that already?
No.
All right.
See?
No, I'm number two.
Yeah, I think
Great.
you'd
So
win.
I just get the title. I don't even have to prove it. Great.
All right, wait, Lil,
Got
come
little.
on. Come for my crown. Ready? Wait. Ready? You say, you call
I'll
it.
call it 3, 2, 1. Open.
All right, I'll watch Matt.
I'm watching Dave. Dave just blinked. Dave blinked almost immediately.
I panic blinked.
It's really
I
hard.
feel like now you two have to do it to see who's worse.
See, this is what I mean. I don't care.
I feel like if I got a proper go.
All right, come on then.
You had a proper go.
I mean,
you blinked.
it's probably best if I do blink because it's terrible audio.
Yeah, true.
Dave, David sounds like you're
He did-
weaseling out.
No, I'm honestly, I am happy to crown Matt the champion of this.
Well, Nestor didn't say do it on air. He asked us to hypothesize.
And
Yeah.
we hypothesized wrong. We all thought I'd be good,
Yeah.
and I was
True.
not.
True.
I didn't
the
realize it
worst.
was going to be so easy to win. Both of them were within 10 seconds. I'm like, I could
Within
make 20.
3 seconds.
Yeah. Well,
Pathetic.
that was good fun. Thank you so much, Nestor. It is true. You cannot be bested. And Naomi, there's another part of the show, maybe since you've stopped listening, which obviously breaks our hearts, but since then, that's a new segment over from the last maybe the last month.
Yeah.
Another segment we do.
You stopped listening.
That's a segment we do. We call it Stop Listening. And the other one we do is reading out some patrons, supporters. And Jess comes up with a fun game, somehow relating back to the topic.
Okay.
This
Would you
week.
mind? Pardon me, my voice is going to come back now. Would you mind joining in,
And
I'd love it.
doing a
Great.
shout out to someone?
Okay, I think, should we either give them a movie title, like their version of The Room, or change their surname to a French word?
How many French words do we all know?
Yeah, like a couple. We got 6. We got 8 names.
yeah.
Okay, let's just give them a movie title then.
Okay, great.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, great.
I'll
Well,
go last.
Dave's
yes.
going to go first.
Dave's going to go first.
Wait,
Why is
you
it
can
called
have-
The Room?
Yes.
Why is it called The Room?
I can look up. You know what? I'll look up the explanation that he gave.
Is that? I was just because
Is that memorable?
I can't remember it now. All right, so you want me to go first?
Yes.
I would like to thank from Great Britain,
GB.
all the way up in Glasgow,
Oh, Glasgow.
Glasgow.
all the way
Glasgow.
from Glasgow.
Murder.
I'd like to thank, I'd like to thank Taggart for being a great show.
Obviously.
I'd also like to thank Fraser Craig.
Fraser Craig.
Fraser Craig.
Fraser
Are you
Craig.
happy that we can say it properly? Fraser Craig.
Fraser Craig, and I want to call it the murder.
The murder. And that's also a bird thing because it's the
A murder of crows.
The murder.
The
Great.
murder.
The murder.
starring Fraser Craig. And to be honest, it could be anything and it would be better than The Room. So that's pretty good. Wow. Thanks to your support all the way up in Glasgow.
And
we
congratulations.
hope to see you sometime soon over in the UK. I would like to thank all the way... Now, this one, I'd love to say we hope to see you soon. And it's my dream to go back there. All the way in Iceland.
Ooh.
I've spoken to you a few times on Messenger. You've sent a few messages to the page. Thank you so much. I'm going to have a crack at your name, the way you explained to me how to say it. Sigurborg. Sigurborg.
Sigurborg.
Sigurborg.
Sigurborg.
And you also said that we could call you Seba. Seba is a nickname.
Seba.
I'm not even going to have a crack at your last name because it is very
There's a
daunting.
lot of umlauts in
There's
there.
a lot of accents and things going on there.
Omelets.
Sigurborg, thank you so much for supporting. Possibly our only...
Can't make a good omelette without cracking a few eggs, am I right?
Possibly our only Patreon supporter from Iceland, so you can claim that title. And Jess, what's Sigurborg's film?
The omelette.
The Omelette.
The omelette.
Yeah.
Is there an omelette in omelette?
No, but there's an eel in there.
Oh.
It's also an egg.
The omelette. What do you think that's about?
Oh, Matt.
Just a brief synopsis.
Okay. We open Rolling Hills.
Yeah.
Jess, it's a play.
A title says 1906
A good year.
Hills.
It's beautiful.
That is so good.
There's a 40-minute dance sequence,
Yeah.
Oh.
then an interval.
Okay.
We come back for the fight scene, followed by the tasteful sex scene.
Okay.
Roll credits.
Great.
Sounds
And
great.
the omelette was symbolic.
Dave, I just explained the whole film. How do you not? I mean,
Look,
can you
I'm not an
guys-
auteur like you.
We just don't have the time.
I
for
need
me
it
to-
spelled out to me
Okay. Ugh.
with all the umlauts, please.
Just very quickly, what's the murder about?
The murder.
The murder.
Okay.
Is it just an episode of Taggart?
We open. Rolling city skyline.
Glasgow?
No. No.
Oh, Dave, that is the dumbest question I've ever heard.
Sorry.
It's a fictional city in the future.
Go Glas.
Gloglas. Thank you. And obviously, 35-minute dance number.
Yeah. Called the omelette
Yeah.
in this movie for some reason.
It's a bit like the Nutcracker, except they're cracking eggs.
coincidence.
Okay.
Then it's followed by a rousing speech by the president of Glowgas, inspiring his troops.
Yep.
Battle scene,
Right.
but more like World War One trench warfare,
Ah.
which is interesting.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, because they figured that's the best war,
Yeah.
so they do that
The
again.
Great, they call it the Great War.
Yeah, and that's why. Well, they've tried to top it since, and they haven't.
Good luck.
Tasteful sex scene
Does anyone get murdered?
ends in a wedding.
Okay.
Roll credits. Please don't make me do this for all of them. I really have to go.
I mean, was the murder symbolic?
Dave!
Sorry, I have a lot of dumb questions at the
Dave,
end of films.
They get married at the end. Common phrase.
You get more
Less for murder.
More for moida. The marriage is not going to last long.
Get
Yeah.
more for moida.
What's a moida?
There we go. So thank you to our
Sigurborg.
friends. Yes.
Over to you, Jessica.
Okay, I would like to thank from Bloomington,
Oh,
Andrew Frankzik.
Franzik.
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 Yeah, there's a K in there.
Franzik looks good.
Franzik.
Looks good. Feels right.
Franzik.
Thank you, Andrew.
Is that Indiana, IN, in the US? Dave?
Yeah.
Dave gets it.
Yes, it is.
I sat next to Dave on a plane while he
Do you know
played a
what-
game, learning all of the states.
Oh, yeah.
And do you know what I did? Had a nap. Because I know how to use my time.
You've got to use your time right. You know Gary's in Indiana? Just as an aside.
So, Andrew, what would Andrew's film be called?
I mean, just because he's got Fran in a surname, I can't help but think of a movie of The Nanny
Obviously.
film adaptation.
The Nanny.
Maybe it's a spin-off, though. It's called Mr. Sheffield, the
Yes.
movie.
You have
love
to say
it.
it like that.
Yeah.
And
You
when
have
is it set?
It's set in the distant past.
Wow.
Oh.
He walked through a wormhole just before the movie begins, so it's never explained. And he's in the jungles of dinosaur days.
No.
Yes, when the world was called Dino World. And he somehow used the skills that he got from present day Queens. And he got the dinosaurs to dance for 35 minutes.
Wow.
In a musical. Roll scenes.
Beautiful.
Roll scenes.
Roll scenes.
All of the scenes.
That's beautiful.
Andrew is just a 3-hour drive from Gary, Indiana.
What?
Just a 3-hour drive.
Just
I mean,
pop on
what
down.
are you doing in Bloomington? I'm sure Bloomingdale's is fine.
Bloomington.
Bloomington is also
Bloomingdale is fine.
good. But you're so close to greatness.
Well, speaking of being close to greatness, someone much closer to us, and we are great, in Carlton North here in Victoria, we'd like to thank Erica Steele.
Erica Steele, she is an old friend of mine.
No way!
Known her for many
How
years.
dare you call her old?
Hello, Erica Steele.
That is a fantastic name.
Yeah, that is a
Wood.
great name. What's Erica like?
She drives
The
trams.
She drives trams.
She's a tram driver.
the tram driver.
Her film is called The Wood.
It's black and white. Tram
Right,
driver.
I feel like I'm being trampled
What?
on a bit here, but
Don't make Jess do this again.
The Wood. That's what you want to call it?
yeah.
Okay. Well, what's it about then, smartass?
Oh no.
What is it about?
Well,
A steel factory. Open. On a steel factory.
How do we know it's a steel factory? Is there any sort of writing on the building that says steel factory?
No. Open.
Yep.
Kid. This is a steel factory.
Oh, thank God that kid's there.
that's the opening line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a steel factory.
Roll credits.
Oh, a short film.
Yeah.
A short film.
No, it
tear.
goes for an hour and a half.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
The credits are long, or
No.
certainly not.
nope.
Like 8 minutes, yeah.
And The Wood, is that literal or
What do you think, Matt?
the wood's in their mind all along?
Yep, there it is.
That's one interpretation. I don't want to speak. I don't want to. People can get what they want from the film.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
The message is the medium,
Yeah.
so to speak.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, Erica Steele.
Thank you,
Hope to
Erica.
see you soon. Bye.
I would love to.
Bye.
I hope to see
Wait,
you
was
soon.
she just on the phone then?
Did you call her?
Yeah. She heard that live.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Very polite, didn't say anything.
that was
What a
very
treat.
polite.
Matt, take it away.
Could I thank, please, from
Yes.
Queanbeyan in New South Wales, Australia.
Queanbeyan.
It's a great name. I love that.
Ebony Cummins.
Ebony Cummins.
Ebony.
And
Cummins.
Ivory. Black and white film.
Oh, it's called And Ivory.
Yes. And it opens with Ebony sitting at a piano. Notice Dave's been very quiet in all of his movie plot ideas. Interesting. Giving him the next
I mean,
one.
I'm just letting you guys go with because they all are so great.
Okay, opens Ebony. She's in a sequin gown. We can tell it's sequin because it's sparkling, but I don't know what colour it is because the film is black and white.
Right.
I think blue or red.
Darker.
She plays a version of So Sally Can Wait.
The
What
line
year
from
is
the
this set?
Oasis song?
Yes.
What year is this set?
Don't look back in anger. Is that
No,
what?
no. She plays So Sally Can Wait.
Right, so they've written a new song for the film.
What? No. It's not Oasis.
Oh, I feel like an
It's
idiot.
So Sally Can Wait. which hasn't been written yet,
Yeah.
but it's the song that makes it gets really famous because of this film.
Yeah.
It's like a sampling thing.
Yeah. So she sings that, and then her lover, he comes in. He's a 1920s mob boss, and he
So
gets
it's set in the 1920s.
no.
Right, he's a really old mob boss.
So there's a big shoot up. Not of drugs, just like people shooting each other.
Not with drugs.
Not with
Just
drugs.
guns, that's fine.
Weapons. And it ends with her holding him as he thinks he's dying, and he's bleeding through his shirt, and it's red. Roll credits.
So a bit of a Schindler's List ripoff.
Correct.
And it's called
I don't
Anne
remember
Ivory.
that part of Schindler's List. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I was
Well-
thinking of,
Cool's one word.
oh no.
Oh, no.
I was thinking of The Wizard of Oz when the witch gets shot and she bleeds out.
All right, we're going to speed through this because Jess has to go to the airport.
I'd also like
She was
to
trying to be more
thank
subtle than me, but I won't be.
Rebecca Mountain
Ain't no
from
mountain high
Athens,
It's a beautiful
Georgia, I think. GA, Dave?
enough.
Sure.
Rebecca Mountain. That's a sick name. Naomi, have you got a film for Rebecca Mountain?
The Flat Land.
I love
Where,
it.
where in your brain do you access your ideas from? That's fascinating.
No, it's crazy.
Can you give us a quick rundown? Because Jess apparently has to go to the airport, and that means that,
We open at a podcast studio.
yeah.
Oh,
So
4 people
relatable.
sitting in a room.
What?
unbelievable.
3 of them happy, fine. 1 steam from her ears. Roll credits.
Wow.
Is it a
That's
short?
called The Flatlands.
No.
Oh, it's a 3-hour epic.
2 hours, 20 minutes.
Wow.
That's a good length.
That's pretty impressive. Oh, I'm
It just
dropping
needs
shit.
it for all the plot.
Rebecca Mountain is a sick name, by the way. Thank you so much, Rebecca. You are
A
an
legend.
inspiration.
An absolute
a
inspiration.
legend and an inspiration.
Naomi's also going to thank some people too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Joseph Diana.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I reckon.
Diana.
Joseph.
Where's Joseph from?
Ooh la la, Paris, France.
Ooh, la.
This
la.
is an international episode.
Hello.
All right. The Bausch.
The Bausch.
With his mouth.
You look terrified when you said
Because before when you said we have to name French words, that was the first one that came to my mind. I'm like, I think that's the only one I know.
Bausch.
Le pomme.
That's it.
Is that apple? Pomme? Is that not right?
Anyway, we're going with Bausch.
What happens?
We open
The mouth.
on the eye. We open, you go out of a kid's mouth, like the camera's coming out, like a worm, but a camera.
Wow, camera.
Through the mouth, we see the Eiffel Tower, and you think you're in Paris, but really, we're in Las Vegas, baby.
It's a sweet twist.
Montage of like gambling, a little bit of Celine Dion's show. Like, so it's a day in the life of someone at Vegas. So you actually see a 90-minute Celine Dion show
From the mouth.
one seat, no, from one person's mouth whilst seated.
So they're eating. We're
They're eating
seeing food
Maltesers,
going-
chocolates.
Wow,
Oh, I thought they're
good.
just like they're just so shocked the whole time that their mouth is open.
A
Yeah.
gape.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it ends with them brushing their teeth.
Wow, beautiful.
Thank
Fascinating.
God.
It's
That's
art
a good
house.
message.
Art house.
La bouche. Is that what it is?
That's beautiful.
There's one more person here.
Maybe.
Yes.
Thank you so much to Joseph.
Thank you,
supporting
Joseph.
us from
Thank you, Joseph.
Paris.
Ooh la la.
Who's our final
Sorry,
person?
that's racist. Connor Muldoon.
Ooh.
Thank you, Connor.
Connor Muldoon.
Muldoon.
Muldoon. Where's Connor from?
He's from Ferndale in
Michigan.
MI, which is Michigan, and I knew that.
Yep.
I wasn't going to say Mississippi.
Ferndale.
It's very confusing with their naming conventions.
There's a lot of MI ones. What's his about?
Ferndale.
Dave?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry about him.
La bouche.
It's called The Art Teacher.
Ooh, I like it. Set in Austria in the 1600s.
Yes. Yes. Tell me more.
He's an art teacher at a university, a lecturer, a professor, some would say. And he changes a lot of lives for the better
Through art.
Beautiful.
Teaching.
through art.
Is it a beautiful movie?
And then it gets to the end of the movie and he is being forced to retire because they budget cuts.
Ageism.
I feel
hate
sick.
ageism.
And then his wife takes him into an auditorium and there's all of his past students and they play a song for him,
Like Schindler's List.
like Mr. Holland's Opus. Great
So
film.
beautiful.
Yeah. Roll
Thank
credits.
you.
To a single tear rolling down his eye.
Which is red and everything.
Yeah. And everyone's
you're
like,
like,
are you okay?
And then it's
Ugh. So thank you to Connor Muldoon.
Connor.
Thank you, Connor. And thank you to everyone that supports us at Patreon. It makes a difference to our lives.
It does.
I found the quote.
All right,
Yes.
great.
It's
So
kind
what
of
does-
how I feel about this podcast as well. So,
Well, strap
Wow.
in for this.
Oh, boy.
at the time, I thought about a special place, a private place, a place where you can be safe. And it's not a room, but it's the room. I thought and I think that a lot of people would relate to it. So the room is a place where you can go, you can have a good time, you have a bad time, and a safe place.
He's insane.
That's actually one of the nicest things he's ever said. But I mean,
It still doesn't make sense.
he never explains that nice feeling. I think people can relate to that, but you don't get that feeling from watching the film.
America is a great place. And football's fun to play with your friends.
Next question.
Beautiful.
Roll credits.
Well, Naomi, thank you so much for taking the time to write that report, come in here and report it back to us.
Thank you so much for having me. What a joy.
We
It's
appreciate
been such
that.
a pleasure.
An absolute privilege.
It's been a long-term dream of ours to have you on the show.
Yeah.
And mine too.
And we've all ticked it off our bucket list.
We have.
Good.
Now, where can people find, follow, keep up with what you're doing? When's this pilot coming out? Can we get behind it in any way?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. My handle is Nomstrosity.
Nice. We will
Like
link
monstrous. Yeah, just link it.
We'll
it's
link-
too hard to explain.
Yeah.
in the description of this episode of the show notes
I'm online, baby.
and the pilot. What's it called?
It's
you have a title?
called Why Are You Like This? Relatable. Mm-hmm. It's about a place.
It's a room, but it's not a room.
Yeah.
It's a safe place. You can have a good time.
But it's through Fresh Blood, so it's a pilot. Just a pilot. And there's 4 pilots, and 1 gets made into a series. So,
A 1 in 4 chance. That's
Looking
pretty
good.
great.
Yeah.
but no, it should be good. I don't know when it's coming out, but it'll be on iView and ABC. Just the pilot anyway. So, yeah, look out for it. I'll
Woohoo.
post about it.
Yeah,
You'll be
you will.
following
Nice
me,
one.
won't you?
And we will share that post.
Oh, wow.
from
Yeah. Okay. That's
You're
a big,
on board with me
big
now.
promise to
Hell
make.
yeah.
But
Yeah, we should probably discuss
did
that
you
before
discuss
you
that
go
with
out
us?
on the record.
All right, we may
Safe.
share that post. 1 in 3 chance. So pretty good. Pretty good odds.
not bad.
I'm feeling good.
All right, Jess has got to go to the airport. So, like every episode, we end with you. If you want to get in contact, go to dogoonpod.com for all the links to our stuff, our social media stuff. And if you want to get in contact, dogoonpod@gmail.com. But until next week, we'll say thanks for listening, and I'll say goodbye.
Later.
Bye.
Subscribe to our YouTube /DoGoOnPod.
Boom, boom, boom.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.